Who says you can't go home again? Bellator 271 coming to you from where it all began. Bellator 1, April 3rd, 2009, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Hollywood, Florida. Embracing combat here tonight, including the man you're about to talk about here with the tail of the tape.
Very simply put, take a look at those records. 3-0 against 2-0, so someone's always going to go. This should be fun.
You should copyright that. Let's go to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Hard Rock Live as Bellator MMA returns to the great state of Florida. Tonight, Bellator 271 gets underway now with 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first the blue corner at 5'10", weighing in 170.8 pounds. His professional record undefeated at 2-0. He fights out of Wiggins, Mississippi, Ethan Hughes. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 6 foot, weighing in 170.8 pounds. As a professional, he too stands undefeated, bringing 3 victories without a loss by way of Egypt. He fights out of Miami, Florida, Mahmoud, the Prince of Egypt, Sebie. In charge of the action, your referee, Andrew Glenn.
Welterweight action to begin the proceedings here. Bellator 271
Step back.
from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. The bell and round 1. The undefeated Mahmoud Sebie in the red gloves, Hughes in the blue gloves. And when you look at tape of Hughes, John, you do notice the heart, the grit, the never quit attitude. And again, for both of them, their MMA game still very much a work in progress. They're both in the embryonic stages of their respective MMA careers as Hughes goes upstairs with that head kick.
Well, after a head clash where they both came together with their heads, that was a beautiful kick upstairs. But the real thing that you're looking at, look, both guys are young in the sport, but I think you're going to see just a difference in speed with Sebie. When he really starts to go, he's got a lot of speed in his hands, and he uses those hands to set up his wrestling, get inside, get to a clinch, and take the fight down where he wants it to be.
Sebie told us that his wrestling and his athleticism would be the key, and on cue, John, exactly what you set up. He goes for the takedown and has dominant position on Hughes, who is trying to scramble, giving up his back.
And the one thing you'll know with Hughes does like the arm bar. He will try to set up, snatch that arm and set the arm bar up. So look for that. But Sebie has got to, he's had to have seen that too. When he's putting himself in a position, that arm bar is just not even in the equation.
Vicious ground and pound from the back by Sebie. Hughes has a rear naked choke submission in his last fight as he rolls now to his back open guard.
Head high, don't let him touch your head.
Nice job by Hughes to get himself into the guard position. Much better position now. He can at least has the ability to attack his opponent. He's got a high guard. Now it's not a triangle at this point. High guard, but he has the ability to make that happen at any moment. There he goes for the arm bar.
And Hughes, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He feels that his edge will be in BJJ and going for the submission here early in the fight, coming up on 3 minutes left here in a, well, action-packed opening round.
Well, they're both going after it, and you know, Hughes is looking at it. I'm a purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu.
Former champion Mike Brown, who's become one of the stellar coaches in the sport.
He is fantastic at it, but you know, Hughes is thinking, you know, Jiu-Jitsu-wise, Sebie's not going to have it. Well, look, he's with AT&T. They're doing jiu-jitsu all the time. He understands it. He understands how to defend.
He's not in the phone company.
Head free, always.
AT&T, American top team. And a lot of top-tier talent there, that's for sure. And ground and pound from Sebie.
Going back to the arm bar again. That one's set better. That was a problem. He's worked his way out of it, but position-wise, he's going to end up on the bottom.
And now it's Hughes on top momentarily. Up kick attempt by Sebie, gives up his back as Hughes goes on the attack.
And Sebie doing the natural thing for a wrestler, going face down. Not a bad idea at the time. And here he goes, that arm bar again. He's getting set up.
Under 2 minutes left in the first round, Hughes continues to fish for that arm bar submission on Mahmoud Sebie, a battle of neophyte, undefeated mixed martial artist. Belly down attempt by Hughes, releases the continues to stay on top.
Beautiful job of transitioning throughout for Hughes. He went for the armbar. At one point it was close, and then he lost the position of it, but kept fighting through to get on top.
Scramble.
Nice basic sit out by Sebie.
Under 90,
back to his feet.
Under 90 seconds left here in the opening round. Both back up to a vertical base after a lot of intensity on the ground. And speaking of intense, Sebie's game face says it all.
You can see it. There is a big swelling over under the left eye of Ethan Hughes.
The mouse developing into a rat. A minute left here in the opening round. And yeah, that's becoming a big problem in a hurry.
Up being the big problem. Right now it's okay. He can see out of the eye and everything, but if it gets hit again, you're going to see that thing really start to swell.
Whatever he does, do not blow your nose in the corner. So both of them showcasing their wares early. You have to love the aggression, the pressure, the intensity, the willingness to take chances, John.
Well, both of them gone very hard in this first round. You can tell they're both trying to actually catch some air, which is smart by both guys.
Want to make that big first impression.
Exactly. They want to get in here, look dynamic, but right now they just need to both settle down and think about what you need to do to change this round into your round.
And you need to think about how you have it on your unofficial scorecard and why.
Well, right now I'm going to have Ethan Hughes winning that round. He's the one that actually put Sebie into danger. Now you can take a look. Sebie did land shots, and you can see the damage from the shots. But he had him in danger at certain points. At one point, that armbar was pretty tight. That was the most dangerous attack during the round. Take a look. This is the takedown by Sebie. Comes in, takes the back, turns that corner. Beautiful job. And from that point, landed some good shots and did some good work. But it was the armbar attack of Ethan Hughes. Look at the foot on the hip. You see him starting to change that angle, brings the foot around and the leg up onto him and gets that arm set. You can see the hyperextension of the arm. You can see how it's starting to go back, and that's why Sebie goes back and is in trouble at that point. He worked his way out, though.
For the first time in 4 professional fights, Mahmoud Sebie will see a second round, while Ethan Hughes, he wants to continue to exploit what he believes is his biggest advantage, the grappling.
You ready? You ready?
Bell in round 2, sign of sportsmanship before they renew hostilities, and it's Sebie coming out with a high kick that's blocked by Hughes. So Sebie with 3 first-round knockouts. The combined fight time was 4 minutes and 20 seconds before this fight, so conditioning will definitely be taxed for the first time.
Well, it's the first time he's entering the second round, and we're going to see how he handles that. Right now, he's doing a nice job, front kick up the middle, but he needs to get back to his basics of wrestling, to be outside with his stand-up. You can see he's just not as comfortable in the stand-up art as he is in the grappling art, so take the fight down to the ground and get into what you do best. Nice little calf kick by Sebie.
Sebie pawing the jab before missing with that low kick. Hughes wearing the marks of battle again. That left eye still open, swelling around the eye, but it doesn't appear to be any more of an issue than it was in the opening round. Both of them wanting the other to lead this dance.
Both of them a little wary of each other's skill set now. Sebie needs to, when those hands come together like that, it's time to start getting into your art. Start closing the distance, get that clinch, and start taking this fight to the ground. Ethan Hughes now going after him in the stand-up.
Front kick there by Hughes has showcased a diverse offense, uppercut and shot, but then eats that jab by Sebie, and then Sebie stuffs the takedown attempt by Hughes. Knee up the middle by Sebie, some distance, and there's a right uppercut. Well executed by Hughes.
Very nicely done. A little bit of dirty boxing there, grabbed a single collar tie, brought the uppercut.
Uppercut on full display.
forward. Keep the circle. There you go. Do it again. Go. You got this.
Always been there, but we're seeing much better use of it, I believe, lately, more so than in the last few years.
Absolutely, because it's a devastating punch and very difficult to see if it's set up right.
Coming up on the midpoint of the round and the fight. Hughes again with that right uppercut, jacking the jaw of Sebie. Sebie nods as if to say no, which usually means, yeah, okay.
Sebie's making a big mistake in that he's not using his hands to get himself inside. And notice he's keeping his hands and pushing them out.
Yes, and missing wildly, not at all in range, and becoming frustrated by Ethan Hughes' gutsy attack that has been full of that heart and never quit mentality that he talked about. Hughes really doing a good job mixing up his offense, John.
Well, there's no doubt Hughes has taken over the offense in this fight. He's the one that's leading this right now. He's the one determining where it's going to take place. Sebie is not utilizing his striking. See, right now, he's
lazy jabs.
Throwing the jab, it's lazy, and he's not doing anything to count, to set it up with a next shot or to go into the clinch.
And again, Sebie, a decorated wrestler who is training with some of the sharpest striking minds and best overall MMA fighters at American Top Team. But again, his fourth pro fight, his striking remains a work in progress. And against a guy like Hughes, he might want to go with that thing called wrestling that he has in his toolkit.
Right now, I would tell you he's making a mistake in that he's allowing Ethan Hughes to dictate where this fight is at. He needs to utilize his hands to create the situation where Hughes needs to bring his hands up
jab by Hughes,
and then shoot down, get into the legs, get into the clinch, and take him to the ground.
Well, Hughes may be beginning to fall in love with his handiwork and baiting Sebie and hand low, but he did score with the jab. Nice counter jab off the missed uppercut attempt by Sebie.
That was a nice hook landed by Ethan Hughes. Landed cleanly. He's landed a lot of clean shots in this round.
And again, you read the body language. Sebie seems confused by what is taking place here in the stand-up. Just ate another jab by Hughes. Under 30 seconds now left in the second round, and Hughes continues to score and take the offensive attack to Mahmoud Sebie here in the second stanza. And Hughes predicted a second round submission. Clock, well, may dictate otherwise, but he's had a very good round in the stand-up department. Nice counter. Two-punch combination by Hughes. John, how do you have it after 10 minutes on your unofficial scorecard, and why, sir?
Right now, I've got Ethan Hughes up in this fight. I think that Sebie needs to do something special. He's got to end this fight if he wants to get a win. Watch the strike. Beautiful jab straight down. Both guys jabbing, but it was Hughes that landed and caused the more impact. Look at Sebie with his hands here. This is not what you want to do. Nice job by Ethan Hughes. Brings the uppercut. Sebie again allowing that hand to be held and brings the uppercut. Just a nice, clean counter right here. You see the Sebie misses, counter hook over the top, and then brings it again. And he even did a backhand in the middle of it.
Give the uppercut or straight. Let's start throwing some straight rights to his body, too. All right, because he knows we're all up top. Let's start leading to his body a little bit. One high.
Gotta win this round. Gotta win this round. Win this. You ready? You ready?
Third and final round. 20-year-old Ethan Hughes. Biggest motivation, his brother Dennis Hughes Jr., who has always inspired him. And he's had an inspired performance, but Sebie takes down Hughes early in round 3, finally utilizing what got him to the dance.
You could tell Mike Brown in the corner told him, you must take this fight to the ground. You need to use your wrestling. That's what Sebie was doing. Kind of went in there with a little bit of danger involved, but did a nice job of getting to the ground. We'll see what he can do.
With a growing Instagram following of over 1 million, Sebie's built a strong social media presence, and he would love to go viral with a highlight reel win here, and looking to come back in round number 3, but Hughes trying to fend him off along the fence, scrambling underneath.
Nice scramble by Hughes, but he was going into armbar positions without the arm in place. Obviously didn't work for him. He got caught with a lot of hammer fist. You can take a look at those strikes landed right now. Hughes is ahead, not by a huge amount, but landing at 49 to 42%.
Hughes turns into Sebie, and Sebie now in his guard, open guard on his back, so Sebie unable to take advantage of the takedown to kick off the 3rd round, and now Hughes in top position, looking to bring the pressure, looking to bring the strikes.
Watch your fingers.
Sebie was able to land a couple of those hammer fists, and we'll see if Hughes is able to get it back here now that he's in the top position.
Give me one elbow.
Hammer fist from Hughes from the top position, closed guard.
You got it, you're not. Come on, we gotta move, Sebie.
And Sebie trying to control the arms, needs to control posture. There he goes.
Sebie, feet on the hips
Right
and move. You gotta
before
get
the
up.
fight, Mahmoud Sebie said, "I'm never going to lose." You can hear him saying it to the camera. And if he doesn't do something special with the rest of the time, 3 minutes left in this round, he's going to lose his first fight.
Well, he's known for his motivational videos. He's going to have to dig down deep. And Ethan Hughes continues to smother him, continues to attack him. There was a slashing elbow strike now. Hughes posturing.
Hughes needs to figure out that Sebie is not a jiu-jitsu guy off of his back. He doesn't have that attack with the different submissions. And so he can do certain things. He can frame off when he gets his arm across, frame off on his neck and create space so he can land heavier shots.
2.5 minutes left in the fight. And it's been a terrific fight thus far for 20-year-old Ethan Hughes. His 3rd professional bout, his Bellator MMA debut against, well, the man who came with the headlines, Mahmoud Sebie.
He did. Sebie was looking for a triangle. It was never set in place. Sebie still has hold of the leg, but he's not in a great position right here. Well, it's not a new one. It was the wrong side.
Yeah.
That's why you see Hughes just step right around, puts the foot on, the knee on the neck or the face.
Side control for Hughes.
Let's go. Ethan, you gotta keep working. Let's go.
A minute 45 left in the fight. Knee on belly. Now half guard. But Hughes in dominant position goes to full mount, and now ground and pound by Ethan Hughes.
Take a look at those arms sticking up. If you're a guy that likes the arm bar, that arm is in position for you to take it.
Less than 90 seconds left in the fight. Ground and pound resumes for Ethan Hughes, looking to pound his way to victory here in the Bellator MMA cage to hand Sebie his first setback.
Sebie doing a nice job of trying to buck him up. Does not work. And Ethan Hughes just lighting him up. Those aren't real heavy shots.
But they're relentless.
They are relentless. There's a lot of volume there.
Mouth guard is off and the fight is over. Ethan Hughes grounds and pounds his way to a big win in his Bellator debut as he hands Mahmoud Sebie his first loss, recording the 3rd round TKO triumph. An emotional Ethan Hughes, just 20 years old, with a big win here tonight.
That's a huge win. Coming in and you're going against a guy that has gone to the top of the amateur sports world in the Olympics, and man, to come out and get a win, and a win in a dominant fashion.
Talk about that, John. What impressed you the most about the way Ethan Hughes went about his business?
What I really liked about him in the first part of the fight, when you were looking, he went after the submissions. He tried to put his opponent on the defense. This was the 3rd round here when he switched the position. Sebie had gotten the takedown, then he switches it up and he starts landing shots. Not a lot of power on him, but he got there. And then when he finally got to the mount, look at the volume. The mouthpiece is sticking there because Sebie is tired. Mouthpiece comes out. He's got problems. Great win for Ethan Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Andrew Glenn steps in, waves off the contest due to strikes. Official time. 4 minutes, 5 seconds into round number 3. The winner by TKO, still undefeated, Ethan Hughes.
Now that is the face of a fighter, winning his Bellator MMA debut in dominant fashion, improving to 3-0. Ethan Hughes feeling the love, showing the love, and exhibiting the damage that he can accrue with his gloves.
Our tape for this heavyweight matchup. 78-inch reach to 75.5, and since Waldo Cortez-Acosta loves to box, he's going to try to stay on the outside of Muhammad Dereese.
Here is Michael C. Williams.
As we get set now, here at the Bellator 271 prelims for 3 5-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 6'1", weighing in 255 pounds even. His professional record, 9 wins, 4 losses, fighting out of Titusville by way of Port Orange, Florida, Muhammad Momusa Dereese. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 6'4", weighing in 256.6 pounds. The undefeated professional enters at 3-0 by way of Barahona, Dominican Republic. He fights out of Phoenix, Arizona, Waldo Salsita Boy Cortez-Acosta. In charge, your referee Mike Beltran.
The cage door closes. We are set for heavyweight action.
Let's go.
Scheduled for 3 rounds, the undefeated Cortez-Acosta in the red gloves. Muhammad Dereese in the blue gloves, both of them fighting for their families. Not an easy way to provide, Big John, but it's like John Kavanagh, the coach at SBG, and so many others have said, and of course he'll be in Sinead Kavanagh's corner, no relation in the main event, but in MMA and combat sports, you've got to become comfortable with being uncomfortable in a hurry.
It is everything, you know, as far as the sport. If you're not willing to be uncomfortable, you're not going to do well. The one thing I'm telling you right now, Cortez has got good boxing, and he is a heavy hitter. He's got big power in his hands, and you're going to see that Dereese needs to get this takedown. He does not want to be standing with Cortez for long.
Cortez-Acosta's 6 victories in pro boxing. Half of them came via his power, but it's Dereese closing the gap, looking for the waist lock and the takedown, defended by Cortez-Acosta.
And Cortez-Acosta's been training with Tyrell Fortune, who's going to be in the co-main event. Phenomenal wrestler, and has been learning his wrestling defense from Tyrell. So right there shows that he's been a good student.
Feinting, trying to utilize some footwork, goes downstairs, but Cortez-Acosta up top with the right hand.
Yeah, you got a right hand there, and you had a hook before it. That hook landed cleanly on Muhammad Dereese. Muhammad was doing a good job of actually going forward and making Acosta back up. That's a good thing for him. He doesn't want to get into this position where he's the guy backing up.
Dereese feinting, looking to threatening to change levels, perhaps go for another takedown.
Nice stiff jab and a beautiful hook again by Waldo Cortez-Acosta.
Cortez-Acosta just about walked right into that uppercut, that right uppercut by Dereese.
Acosta's corner keeps on telling him, use the left hand, use the left hand. He's been very successful with that hook.
Beautiful right hand to the body by Cortez-Acosta as we cross the midway point of the opening round, making that early investment to the body as Dereese going downstairs to the low kick to the lead leg.
And you can see that when Acosta's coming forward, look at the power on that jab. Look at the power on his shots. He throws heavy, heavy shots with every time he goes after something. He wants it to have bad intent.
Oh, and that one did. The right hand clipped. Dereese is on Dream Street, shelling up. Cortez-Acosta, Dereese comes back with the right hand, but it's Cortez-Acosta continuing to light Dereese up.
And Acosta should go to the body. Dereese has already turned away from him once. That's a sign that he's trying to find a way out right now. This is good for him. This clinch is good. He should stay with it. Hold on at all costs.
Cortez-Acosta emptying the fusillade. He may have punched himself out as he tries to summon up. Another right hand over the top. Connects, but Dereese weathered that storm.
He has weathered it, but it was a beautiful elbow over the top by Cortez. When he was going for all of those shots, he should have brought those shots down to the body. That body was open, as you saw Dereese really shelling up high, covering his head.
Under 60 seconds left in what has been a furious first round. Left knee up the middle by Dereese. Clinched up along the fence, and there's separation, and the right hand over the top by Cortez-Acosta.
Dereese has done a good job of slowing the fight down, getting himself back in it, but he's going to be wary of that power. He has been hurt already by Acosta, and he needs to make sure that he's either all the way in or all the way out.
Dereese was a high school wrestling state champion. Also played D1 college football at the University of Central Florida, so an athlete throughout his life. And his conditioning being tested with the pressure being put on Waldo Cortez-Acosta.
Take a look at the shots here. That body shot. Look at this right hand. Boom. Down low. You can see all of a sudden the hands just drop down. It's instinctive. There's one over the top. Touches that chin, and right away, Mohamed Dereese starts to cover. This is when you saw Acosta really go after him. But all these shots, now he goes to the body. Doesn't really rip it there. He gets one shot.
Good
Dereese
defense.
comes back. Really shelling real high, but
And he rolled with that punch, the counter. Good
Absolutely.
presence of mind.
Smart move of going back to the body with the right hand.
You better fight. You better fight. Hell, let's go.
Unofficial scorecard after the first 5.
No doubt about it, that was Acosta's round 10-9. Could have been close to a 10-8.
And Dereese getting aggressive, changing levels, but stymied in the takedown attempt by Waldo Cortez-Acosta.
But this is what I was talking about. All the way in or all the way out. Don't get caught in that middleman's land where you're getting hit.
And he's all the way in now, putting pressure on Cortez-Acosta. Short knee strikes to the inner thigh of Cortez-Acosta. And this is the pace Dereese needs. He needs to put the pressure on and try to grind his way back into the fight, although there's that X separation by Cortez-Acosta.
That was a nice elbow thrown by Acosta. That landed more of a forearm shiver.
1 minute gone here in the middle frame. Pummeling going on against the fence. Cortez-Acosta trying to get dominant position. Dereese just content to keep him at bay, keep him stymied, and now Cortez-Acosta gets the back.
Did, but that was a nice knee landed by Mohamed Dereese. Showed the, a veteran experience of, hey, you leave your head in that position, I'm going to be able to touch it.
It was a fast-paced first round.
For heavyweights?
And heavyweights,
come on, baby,
beginning to, well, show the fast pace of that opening round. As Cortez-Acosta, his hands being controlled right now by Dereese, but Cortez-Acosta looking to maybe take Dereese down.
You look and you go, why? Why are you not separating from this position? You have.
Inquiring minds want to know that, John.
You have the better stand-up. You've been winning this fight with your stand-up. So why get into a position where he could possibly keep you stymied or take you down?
Steady diet of right hands from Cortez-Acosta as he has Dereese pinned to the fence. Under 3 minutes left here in round 2. And Dereese turning his back now, has his face to the fence and trying to intelligently defend himself.
Well, he's in the fight, but He's looking at it like, why? You know, this guy's not going to try to take me down. I'm not worried about that, so I'm just going to turn away so he doesn't have a good target to hit.
Nice body shot again, a short right hand by Cortez-Acosta, right hand over the top, and Dereese just content to keep him at close quarters, continue to mute his offense, and referee Mike Beltran very close to jumping in and breaking them up, John.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looking at that. He's saying there's not a whole lot going on here. That's what you're seeing.
And you obviously agree with what is
absolutely. Look at, you've been in that position. You haven't done anything with it, so let's get your part, get it to where you give the fans what they paid for.
And Cortez-Acosta was in position to do stuff like this, the 1-2, backing Dereese up. Ground and pound from the back by Cortez-Acosta.
Those are hard hammer fists right there.
Cortez-Acosta hammering Dereese. Here with 90 seconds now left in round number 2, and there have been these short, explosive bursts
and again,
of punishing offense, but Cortez-Acosta can't finish it.
Why is he in a grappling situation? You are winning this fight with your fist.
Is it fatigue?
Separate.
Is it the output because he has thrown a lot of strikes?
There's a really good way to get a lot of air, and that's finish the fight.
Well said. And I think he is attempting to do that, but Dereese right now completely in defense mode, in survival mode right now.
Survival mode right now, absolutely. There's not a whole lot.
And John, he's giving up his, when you turn his back, aren't you capitulating to a degree?
To a degree, and if you get to that point with that mouthpiece coming out now and he's not doing anything, you're getting the point where you're saying, I have no offense, I'm just surviving, and they could actually stop the fight on him.
And they stop it momentarily to replace the mouth guard. 30 seconds left in round 2. Again, the offense, all Waldo Cortez-Acosta, but unable to dispatch Mohamed Dereese despite the sustained attack to the body now.
But Dereese is really showing that he does not like the power of Cortez. It's affecting him. Cortez-Acosta is just every shot that he's landing is making Dereese say, I don't want to be here.
And Dereese showing that he unfortunately is unable to do much about it.
True.
Knee right up the middle at the bell. All Waldo Cortez-Acosta. And despite the fact that you have him up 2-0, that doesn't take a genius. Yes, exactly. But there are parts of this fight that you're surprised at how he approached the advantages that he had.
Yeah, but you got to take a look. He's 3-0. He's had 3 fights.
Teaching moments.
You want him to do all these things that you know a seasoned fighter would do. He's just trying to get that win. He's trying to stop this guy. And so I understand it, but he needs, his coaching should be separated. Look at the shots here. And again, crushing the space. Boss Rutan would be all pissed off about how much he's the one creating that closure where he can't land. Big shots on the ground.
Smothering his own offense.
That's right. And again, that just comes with experience.
Back it up, please, young man. All right, gentlemen, 3rd and final round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Hell, let's go.
Waldo Cortez-Acosta on the red gloves, 3-0, making his Bellator debut against fellow Bellator MMA newcomer Mohamed Dereese, who is 9-4. And he is going to, well, have to pull stuff like that out of his toolbox in order to try to get back in this fight, according to our unofficial score of BJM.
Well, right now, I mean, you can take a look. The shots landed. I would say that Acosta has landed at least 3 times the amount of shots that Dereese has landed. So he's got to do something.
Put your hands, fingers.
Nice.
Exchange.
But again, it's Cortez-Acosta that ends up being the one closing the distance on a guy that wants to be in the grappling situations.
And again, giving up his back along the fence, and Cortez-Acosta unable to do anything about it here. Trying desperately now, I guess, the waist lock cinch, trying to take it to the ground, and yet if he were to take a step back, create space, could continue to deliver the offense that has served him well in this contest.
Absolutely. You know, what you saw him do with that waist cinch is he actually tried to kick the leg so it just sit him back. You know, he obviously wants to come out up on the top position, but that can be something where your opponent actually reverses the position on you. And it's why take the chance of ending up underneath Mohamed Dereese, where that's where he does his best work. Dereese looking for that Kimura grip, can't find it. And again, just eating shots up against the cage here and turning himself in a position that, you know, yeah, he's not submitting in the fight, but he's
uppercut by Cortez-Acosta, slashing elbow across the face, and you heard Dereese react to that shot. He did not like it. 3 minutes left in the fight. How much fight is left in Dereese?
Again, searching for the Kimura grip. Acosta just needs to start. That's not what you need to do. Bring it hard. You got to make him say, I don't want to be in this anymore. Get that finish.
Referee Mike Beltran with the instructions. Let's go, gentlemen. You gotta work. And the fans here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino want to see some work. Ask and he shall receive as they reset in the center. And again, it's Cortez-Acosta spinning back fist by Dereese.
It just landed a little bit short. Again, don't crunch the space, step back.
These shots are landing. The body blows by Cortez-Acosta, but again, ends up crushing the space, John.
Yeah, and again, it's just part of fight IQ and getting used to being in the cage and understanding where you're going to do your best work.
And pacing is a big part of it.
Yeah, you'd have to look and say that Cortez-Acosta has won basically every minute of this fight. It's just that he had opportunities where he could have done more damage and possibly got his opponent out of the fight.
He went the distance for the first time in his last fight. Started his career with a knockout, then submitted his second opponent with a Kimura. Now here in his Bellator MMA debut, dominating Mohamed Dereese, having kept Dereese pinned along the fence for a big majority of this fight. And for a large majority, we have seen Cortez-Acosta inexplicably pinned to Dereese.
Well, it's a good position because he really can't be damaged, but he's not able to do a lot of damage. So, you know, the real thing, if you want to be impressed by something, a 3-0 fighter against a veteran fighter, a guy that fought for the PFL, has been in, fought in the Dana White series, all of those things. You know, a 3-0 fighter doing this well, it shows he's got promise.
That he does. An athlete who was a professional boxer as well. Definitely showed the advantages in the striking department with 20 seconds left. And for his fourth professional fight, Waldo Cortez-Acosta will be happy with some things and will be able to, well, improve on a whole lot more. And for Mohamed Dereese, tried to explode at the end, but far too little, too late. And what do you make of Dereese's
when you get hit
performance tonight?
When you get hit with shots and they're heavy shots, they do tend to take a lot out of you. He gave it his best shot in that first round. That first round, he was looking for the takedown. He was trying to get those, you know, positions where he could get the takedown. It just didn't work out for him. And by taking those heavy shots, it just started to wear him down.
And what's the first lesson you think Cortez-Acosta, if he does go on to win this fight, what will be the first thing you think he will look to improve on?
If I'm his coaching staff, we're going to talk about distance. We're going to talk about range. Because you're the guy, that was a beautiful body kick right there, but you're the guy that's controlling this dance right now. You're the one that's dictating where this fight is occurring, and you are putting yourself into his range, not the range. You want this distance that you're seeing right here. Hit that jab, step back. That's why you ended up eating that part of the elbow in that spinning back fist attempt. you need to be the one that is always cognizant of what range you're in, and when you want to dictate that action to happen, you're the one doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, heading off the distance will go now to your 3 judges at cage side, where all 3, Barry Luxembourg, Brian Meyer, Todd Anderson, have it exactly the same, 30-27. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Waldo Salsita Boy Cortez-Acosta.
Waldo Cortez-Acosta coasts to a victory in his Bellator MMA debut, remains unbeaten at 4-0 as he dominates Mohamed Dereese.
Tailor tape for this fight is a contract weight because both ladies decided they weren't going to go down to that 125-pound limit. They were going to go to 127, 128. That's what we have. Love the fact that they decided, let's not lose all that weight. Let's just go fight.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
At Bellator 271, the prelims go now to 3 5-minute rounds at a contract weight of 128 pounds. Introducing the blue corner first. At 5'10", weighing in 127.2 pounds, her professional record 5-7 by way of Kenosha, Wisconsin. She fights out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Taylor Turner. And across the cage, her adversary out of the red corner at 5'4", weighing in 127.6 pounds as a professional. She brings 3 victories, 1 defeat, fighting out of Miami, Florida, Master Valerie Loureda. In charge, your referee, Andrew Glenn.
Loureda in the red gloves.
You ready? You ready?
Turner in the blue gloves. The bell, round 1, scheduled for 3 at a 128-pound contract weight. Loureda utilizing footwork immediately as Turner tries to gauge the distance. The longer, lankier Turner with the height and reach advantage, stalking Loureda. Loureda with a stick and move attack.
She is always moving, always on her bike. Look, this is the classic case of striker versus grappler, because if this fight is in the striking position, even though Taylor Turner is the longer, lankier fighter, it's Loureda that has the better array of kicks and attacks in the stand-up. And in the grappling range, Taylor Turner is very good on the ground. That's not where Valerie wants to be.
Loureda closes the gap before venturing out again. Coming up on the first minute of the first round, and Loureda chewing up a lot of that cage real estate early.
When you have someone that, as much as Loureda is moving, it becomes difficult when you're not used to having an opponent that does that. You get to that point, you're trying to set your feet to throw your shots, and all of a sudden they're gone.
Body kick by Turner, counter right hand by Loureda.
Taylor Turner should really stick to straight attacks, straight punches, straight kicks down the middle. Valerie's not someone that's going to be looking to take her down.
Loureda able to move, unfettered. Turner following her, trying to somehow corner her and trying to deliver that body kick, but no steam on it. And Loureda now resetting in the center of the cage and missing with the double jab right hand. Very much a feeling out process here in the opening round.
But if Loureda is looking, one of the things, every time she steps in, take a look at the head position of Taylor Turner. She starts to lift that chin. That can be a dangerous situation. If Loureda can touch that chin, it'll have a bigger effect.
Turner's won 4 of her last 6 fights. All 5 of her victories have been of the stoppage variety. And Loureda again, first loss, going downstairs, nice right hand to the body, missed upstairs with the left hook. But confidence has never been an issue for Loureda, and bouncing back from her first loss, tweaked a few things and spent 80% on her grappling, and yet with 2 minutes left in the first round, we have seen this entirely contested in the stand-up.
Well, right now, she's the one, although you're seeing that she's the one circling, so this is her fight. This is where she wants to be. This is her feel-good place. She is confident in the stand-up game. So right now, everything is working towards Valerie Loureda's idea of the perfect fight.
And yet limited offense by either fighter. A minute and a half left here in the first. Loureda firing upstairs with a counterattack as Turner trying to close the distance and trying to score from long range.
But not a bad idea from Turner, and just she keeps on putting that T-kick out towards, the midsection of Valerie. Just let me just keep on using this as a jab and just get you to the point where you're starting to feel it. It's starting to affect your win, and that movement starts to slow down.
When we talked to Turner, she thought that her greatest strength, the game of transitions and being tricky, especially on the ground in the BJJ department, as she just got knocked off balance by that left hand from Loureda. Loureda going upstairs again, looking for the left hook.
Again, you can see that chin starting to raise up, and that's what Loureda's seeing, and that's what she just touched.
2 of Loreda's 3 victories have come via KO. Starching Tara Graf at Bellator 243 and using body kick and punches to win her debut against Colby Fletcher as Turner closes the distance but unable to secure Loureda for long.
Nice job by Loureda to get out of that clinch position. Taylor really went after her with it, fought her way out of it, and landed a good strike. Make her pay for trying to come inside and get a hold of you.
Spinning back fist delivered by Loureda that just misses. Tactical opening 5, but a beautifully delivered spinning back kick to the midsection as Loureda puts an exclamation point on round 1.
Breathe, sit. Hey, trim. Okay. Deep breath. One more deep breath. Great job. You've seen everything. Sometimes you want to close distance with double jab, right? When she sees she's coming to kick, be ready to throw the right hand. The right hand's connecting, right? Your kicks, it's free fall. Yeah, it's fine because you're blessing it.
Yeah, you're right. She pulled back, double jab across, you can catch kick.
Take a look at the kicks here. Both landing, but at the right hand lands, and you see that Taylor's starting to raise her chin. Watch the chin start to come up at times. That's not a good sign when your head is getting up high because that chin is going to attack. Here comes the spinning back fist. Just missed that, just grazed by. And then a beautiful spinning back kick here. Lands clean right into the rib cage. Nice, clean strike at the end of the round.
If you're going to dance with danger and leave your chin up, you might want to get your head off the center line.
That might be a good idea.
But Taylor Turner, Valerie Loureda, a getting to know you opening 5 minutes, and expect the pace and the intensity to be ratcheted up here in the second stanza.
Yeah, Taylor needs to, right? You can see the frustration now with the movement. But what she needs to do is don't worry about the movement. Force her into her shots. If she's going to move really fast and heavy to either the right or the left, force her that way and throw the kick with that leg.
And Turner already scored, picking off Loureda with the jab as Loureda closed the distance momentarily. Timed it perfectly. But has to find a way to cut her off and corral Loureda.
That was a mistake by Loureda, but nice job of getting herself out of it. She backed herself into the cage. All that circle movement you're seeing her do, that's exactly what she wants.
Loureda catches the kick and delivers a right hand to the body.
And one up top. That was a beautiful combination.
Body kick, right hand delivered by Loureda. And again escapes from the cage, resets in the center.
I would think that Taylor Turner needs to start she's going to have to attack, and she's going to have to get in a position where she starts taking some chances, throwing straight punches down the middle, like you just saw right there, that back Loureda up towards the cage. That way she can get into that grappling situation.
Loureda able to move unfettered and now standing her ground and delivering strikes. And then again, gets on the bicycle and starts utilizing that footwork, avoiding Taylor Turner, who, with all due respect, has really not turned up the offense because of the movement, trying to figure out Loureda, and Loureda doing a fantastic job of keeping her befuddled.
Yeah, right now Taylor needs to take that chin, bury it down onto her chest, and when she decides to come forward, straight punches both left and right hand, followed up by pushing her towards that cage and then get into that clinch.
Halfway.
Coming up on the halfway point of the round and the fight. Turner lancing the body with that kick.
Stop time. You good?
Yeah, my pop.
I know. Step over there. There we go. Time in.
Loureda doing her best to avoid a wardrobe malfunction as we resume action here with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second.
See right there, as she's moving to the side so fast, Taylor needs to take a step to that outside and then throw that right kick so she runs into it. In this situation, she needs to come forward, throw that front kick straight down the pipe, and then hands, left, right hands, body down the middle.
Lands by Loureda, double jab, backs Turner away.
Let's go. If she moves to the left, get ready to spin. Get ready to spin. She moves to the left.
And Loureda switching it up, moving laterally both ways.
Let's go. Hands up, reset, let's go.
And Turner unable to stop her from doing so, John.
Yeah, Turner had that moment where she had her backed up to the cage and then let it pass by. You've got to take that chance. When you get her up there where her back is on that cage, go.
It appears Turner's almost, she's not committing fully to her attack. There is that trepidation, that hesitation, that...
Well, she's been hit, and she realizes she's got some steam on those shots, so she wants to be careful, but as time is slipping by, you can see that the punch output is probably more by Taylor Turner, but Valerie's landing at a higher percentage rate.
50 seconds. Finish it strong. Let's go. Hands up. Control the distance. Let's go.
Oh, right hand over the top by Loureda before she backs up to the fence. She puts herself at close range, scores, and darts out. 30 seconds left in the second round.
20 seconds. Let's go.
Switch kick by Loureda lands.
And Loureda needs to do more of that. She needs to utilize all those kicks that she's learned over all the years and start going after it, because Taylor is not that person that's a wrestler that's going to take her down. She's more of a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Dynamic display by Loureda. Let's see what is in store for round number 3. And for Taylor Turner, she definitely has to pump up the volume in terms of her offensive output.
No doubt about it. Coming into the last round.
Go left, right? Well, step left and then go right. That'll confuse you. Your right hand's gonna be there all day. Just keep sniping her with that, okay? Right? That round's close. I think you win it, but we're in her own count. Yeah. So let's assume that we got to finish for this round. Okay. Right? It's a close distance. You got it. She got hurt in the body. Let's work them down, right?
Here comes Loureda, shot to the body, beautiful right hand, then left hook over the top that landed cleanly, and then moves herself out of position. The kick right to the side there, nicely landed. Watch the right hand over the top. Doesn't get that full extension off of it, but still landed cleanly. That's what's going to make Loureda up 2-0 on my scorecard.
Bell and round 3. Taylor Turner, trained by her husband, Eric Turner, out of Knoxville Martial Arts Academy. And her husband thought she may have won that second round, John.
Well, you know, he's looking at the...
Or is that more of a motivational tool?
He told her, I think you're going to have to finish. You're in her hometown, you're going to have to finish. And that's just the truth, and she's not about the hometown, but she's going to have to finish.
And Loureda trying to put the finishing touches on this fight again. Darting in, throwing a 3-strike combination, couple punches and a kick, and then again continues to circle around the cage. What is it going to take for Turner to try to keep Loureda in one place?
You know, right now, from what I'm seeing, Turner doesn't have the physical strength to actually get into an upper body clinch position with Loureda. Loureda keeps on just shucking it off. So she's going to have to change levels, get into the legs, go into an Imanari roll. You've got to do something that is going to get this fight to where you have the advantage.
Let's go. Push back. High guard. Push back. Push. You can kick. Come on. You can kick.
Loreda's the one that's throwing everything with bad intentions. Same cannot be said for Turner.
Well, you know, the power...
That's a nice kick by Turner.
The power is in Valerie Loreda's corner. She's the one, when she's deciding to throw, she's coming forward and landing.
Turner now trying to walk down Loureda and having some success.
And that's the opportunity for her. She's got her up against the cage, and again, she gets away.
High guard.
Front kick delivered by Turner. Playing with the jab, feinting with the superwoman punch. 3 minutes left in the fight.
Let's go to work. 3 minutes. Let's go.
Turner looking to use her long limbs to try to close the distance. Loureda doing a job of staying out of range, but not delivering much offense of her own here. As 2 minutes, 30 seconds now left in the fight. Exchange there.
That was an exchange that Taylor Turner might have actually been the one that got the better shots in there. And all you're seeing from Valerie right now is a lot of movement. That's great, but you've got to attack. You've got to have that moment where you're coming forward and you're putting shots on your opponent. That's your way to win this fight.
Get ready to spin, round the body. Push kick.
She was looking for a spinning attack there. You can see her set up on her feet. She's looking for that spinning back kick at times.
Final 2 minutes of the fight. Turner trying to walk down Loureda, who continues to get on her bicycle, utilizing the lateral movement, delivering a body kick. Single shot.
Finish with your punches. Let's go.
Both missing. A lot of distance between these two fighters competing at 128-pound contract weight.
See, and again, that was the perfect opportunity. Taylor had the arm. She had her up against the cage, and Valerie was just too strong, just shook her off.
Loureda, of course, losing for the first time in her last fight. Looking to do just enough, not take any unnecessary chances. Trying to outpoint Turner in this bounce-back fight. Less than 60 seconds left.
Nice kick landed.
Loureda comes back and lands a kick of her own.
One of the things you'd really like to see from Loureda is she's got great kicks. Hide those kicks behind the hands when you make that attack, just like you just saw. Go after it.
Body kick, the Taekwondo black belt exchange here. Less than 30 seconds as Loureda continues to move to her right. Turner front kick, countered by Loureda.
This is more of the action you wanted to see from Loureda. At least she's opening up here, going after her.
And if there's this much energy left with 10 seconds left in the fight, we should have seen a lot more energy expended. by Loureda and Turner at close distance. Loureda with the left and the kick. Loureda with an aggressive performance and a lot of footwork. And here's, well, the other footwork she's known for. But John, we've said it ad nauseum. Got all this energy left at the end of a fight.
Well, the one thing I'll give her, she's in shape.
Yes.
That was a lot of movement in the fight. That is not easy to do. She's putting it out there. She's got energy at the end of it, but you do want to see her just give more attacks. You have that ability. And if you do that, you can put your opponent away.
You're a beast, man, girl. You feel like
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Mom.
Replays here, front kick attempt. Nice body kick by Loureda, and then a right hand right after. It didn't have a lot of steam on it, but at least she's going after it, and that right hand landed again. Clean kick to the body. Left hook just missed. And this is right at the end of the fight. Beautiful left hook up top. Just more attacks from Valerie. I believe she won the fight, but more attacks is what she needs in her future fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your three judges at cage side. Your first judge, Eric Colon, scores the fight 29-28. He sees the fight for Loureda. Your second judge, Todd Anderson, 29-28. He sees the fight for Turner. Your third and final judge at cage side, Barry Luxembourg, scores the fight 30-27 for the winner by split decision, Master Valerie Loureda.
In front of family and friends, Valerie Loureda bounces back from her first loss to improve to 4-1 with a unanimous decision win over Taylor Turner.
Tell the tape for this fight, very simply put, take a look at that 4-0. Cody Law has been outstanding, 4-3 for Colton Ham.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here in Hollywood, Florida, at Bellator 271, the prelims go to 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing the blue corner at 5'9", weighing in 145.8 pounds. His professional record 4-3, fighting out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, Colton, the young warrior Ham. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 5'9", weighing in 145.4 pounds. As a professional, he's undefeated. 4 wins, no losses. By way of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he fights out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Cody Law. The referee in charge, Mike Beltran.
Cody Law, 4-0 in the red gloves.
All right, gentlemen,
The 28-year-old Colton Ham.
You ready to fight? Count, let's go.
In the blue gloves, fighting for the first time here in Bellator MMA, looking to send Cody Law from the ranks of the undefeated. What do you look for early in this one, John?
What I look for is Colton Ham wants to keep this fight on the feet. Cody is very good in the stand-up, got more of a boxing-centric style. Will kick, but doesn't kick that often. But when given the opportunity to take the fight to the ground, he's got outstanding wrestling skills.
And Ham landing the early calf kick in the opening half minute of the first frame. Ham utilizing all sorts of feints, trying to disrupt Cody Law. Law lands a right hand.
Law not even looking for the wrestling, just going after the stand-up.
And Ham puts himself on the back before he's allowed to bounce back up. Just missed with that right cross following the jab. Low kick delivered by Cody Law.
Pretty impressive when you see a NC2A Division II champion wrestler just back off and say, go ahead, get up.
Yeah, showcasing some decent striking as the wrestler now takes Ham down. Ham rolling through now on his back, and side control is Cody Law's. Ham controlling his posture.
Plenty of time, plenty of time. Create that space.
And Law's corner asking him to create that space.
Well, he wants to create space, but he's not going to be creating space with his arms where they're at right now. He's trying to push that head up. He doesn't have the power. Right now, you're seeing Cody Law. He's setting up to go to a north-south choke with where his arm is at underneath the neck. He's in full control right now. Bring that elbow. Right now, he's got that free right arm as an elbow, and that can do a ton of damage.
And from side control, also get an opportunity, maybe slide in a Darce choke. He does have a Darce choke victory, but now back to his feet and whipping kicks into the legs of Ham, who's in the butt scoop position here. And Law just continues to pepper Ham. Ham looking to deliver an up kick.
Stop, stand up. Fight.
Cody Law, if you notice now, he was biting really hard on all those feints that Ham was throwing. That's starting to switch. He's not biting on them now, and he's looking for those opportunities so he can counter.
Law's gone from southpaw to orthodox, back
right hand
to orthodox, is missed with the right. And there's a cap kick that lands for Ham trying to sweep. Oh, and then from southpaw, Law lands a nice combination. Law continues to show improvements in the striking department.
But you could tell that that low calf kick that Ham landed, it affected Law. He immediately switched to a southpaw position, meaning that hurt his leg.
Superman punch by Ham, who's going ham in his offense. Under 2 minutes left here in the first round. Law settling it down again. Methodical from southpaw. Leads with the left hand. Ham is down. Law's hurt Ham. Ham showing up as Law with the ground and pound.
Well, he's in a position right now. He's just trying to control with his legs. Nice job of just holding the position. And there's no submission attempt right there right now.
3 of Ham's 4 wins have come via submission.
Cody Law right now just posturing, controlling his position, not allowing Ham to bring him down, which can help with the submission, and now just pounding him out.
Ham's last 2 wins have been via submission, but it's Law with the ground and pound, dropping those right hands, coming up on the final minute of the first. And Law delivering the long arm of the Law via these long-distance strikes from the vertical base, now on his knees in the open guard, but nasty elbow across the face of Ham.
Again, another nasty elbow, and those are what count.
Oh, 3 of them in a row. Across the jawline.
And you can see Ham is trying to control the wrist.
And Ham continues to get hammered before referee Mike Beltran stops the fight. Cody Law lays down the Law again. 5-0, 3 knockouts, 1 Darce choke. Cody Law on his way up in the featherweight division.
That was an impressive performance by Cody Law. Fought very smart at times, took some chances in the stand-up. You saw him get a little bit hurt by that low calf kick, altered his stance. Everything we saw at him, when he had a chance to drop bombs, big elbows that changed the fight.
And you talk about the evolution of a mixed martial artist, and again, you have to be involved in multi-disciplines. This guy was a Division II national wrestling champion who put on a striking display, and a very good one at that, John.
Yeah, it was more the uppercut that ended up putting Ham down. And when Ham was down, notice the wrist control and watch the elbow come over the top. That's a beautiful technique by Cody Law. Very smart, very effective, and you saw him repeatedly land that left elbow, eventually putting Ham out. Watch this land right on the temple. Ham trying to control, and then the arms go out. Big time shots.
ATT has another potential A-list fighter in the 26-year-old Cody Law, who's now a perfect 5-0. All of his victories here inside the Bellator MMA cage. Here's Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end. 4 minutes, 21 seconds into round number 1. The winner by knockout, Cody Law.
Fantastic display by Cody Law. Picks up
our tape for this welterweight matchup. You gotta look at the weight. Roman Ferroldo came in, did his job, 171 pounds. Robert Turnquest, very heavy at 177.8, but it did not matter. Ferroldo still wanted the fight.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here at Hard Rock Live, Bellator 271 now goes to the welterweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 6 foot, weighing in 177.8 pounds. His professional record, 11 wins, 7 losses. From Pensacola, Florida, Robert Turnquest. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner. At 6'1", weighing in 171 pounds even. The undefeated professional stands at 5-0. Fighting by way of Pompano Beach, he is the fighting pride of Key West, Florida, Vicious Roman Ferroldo. And with the bell rings, the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Robert Turnquest, 11-7. He's in the blue gloves. And again, missed weight by a lot, but Ferroldo wanted the fight. I'm sure he didn't mind the extra pay that comes with taking the fight.
You know, you take a look at it, there's a lot of suffering that comes if you're Roman Ferroldo to make that 171 that Robert Turnquest did not have to take part in. So it says a lot about Ferroldo as a fighter and what he wants here. He just wanted to fight, so he's got it.
And Roman Ferroldo, a member of American Top Team, 23 miles south of the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. It's Ferroldo bringing the fight to Turnquest.
Nice high kick by Ferroldo. It's always good to bring those kicks up high, especially when you got a guy that you know wants to shoot, just like
naked shot by Turnquest. Talk about telegraphing it.
Exactly. Nice range. Look at the range control of Ferroldo. This is what we're talking about when you talk about don't crush that space. You decide. Slide yourself in when you're going to attack. Nice jab.
Jab, another jab by Ferroldo. Minute gone here in the first. There's a jab again. Sharp jab as a left hook. Jack in the jaw. Turnquest and Ferroldo in my display of violence by Roman Ferroldo.
Let's go! Let's go! Deal.
Takes a lot to keep people like us speechless, John. Huge, but a jaw-breaking, jaw-dropping display of dynamite. What a sequence by Ferroldo.
It's that left hook, and you can see he goes on stage.
He calls a shot.
Exactly. Calls this. I'm going to come. Boom. Look at the switch knee with the left knee just planting itself on the chin of Turnquest. Again, the left hook. Look at the stanky legs. He's in trouble. And now he's, oh, you know it's coming. And here it comes right now. Switches it. Boom. Left knee coming up.
Walk
it
off.
Is all over.
A walk-off knee knockout that has left more than one person here saying WTF. What a KO.
Unbelievable. Basically called shot by Roman Ferroldo. You are looking at a man that is on his way in the welterweight division.
He says he can knock out anyone in the division. He's now 6-0 with 6 knockouts, and they do not get much better than the one he just authored here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes suddenly. 1 minute, 17 seconds into round number 1. The winner by knockout, vicious Roman Ferroldo.
If you are a Roman Ferroldo follower, that was vicious and delicious. Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
You know now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the winner, Roman Ferroldo. We got to talk about a couple of things. First off, before this fight ever started, your opponent came in 7.5 pounds overweight. You still wanted that fight. Talk to me about that mindset.
I'm prepared. It doesn't matter if you're overweight, on weight. I'm coming in here to finish. So at that point, it was. I'm locked in. Let's go.
When you hit him with that left hook, you could see he went on stanky legs, and you pointed at him going, "Oh, you know it's coming." And you just switched that knee. Talk to me about what was going through your mind at that point.
It's preparation every day. Paulino Hernandez, I got the best corner in the world. Paulino Hernandez, Mike Brown, my cousin Juan Carlos. We work on this. This is not a fluke. This is prepared. That happened for a reason.
That happened for a reason. That is going viral. There's no doubt about it. That's ESPN is going to be showing that over and over. Look, you're now in a position undefeated. Who is it that you should be stepping in this cage with next?
Somebody in the top 10. I'm looking, I think a great fight between me and Jackson. What's his name? Number 4. I can't remember.
Jason Jackson?
I think me and Jason Jackson will put on, for sure.
Well, Jason Jackson is right out there. I think that'd be a fantastic fight. I want to congratulate you on an incredible knockout.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for coming out, man. The hometown support is real. I want to thank my coaches, my wife, my baby girl, who, because of her, I'm in here, really. She pushes me, she motivates me. And yesterday was Veterans Day. Thank you all, everybody in the military, for your support. And I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, get back on your feet for Roman Ferroldo.
Roman Ferroldo starched Pat Casey in his Bellator debut with a flying knee knockout at Bellator 252 in November 2020. And tonight there's Jason Jackson, who Ferroldo just called out, but the night belongs to Roman Ferroldo as he does it again. This time he calls his shot, starts it with a left hook, delivers a dynamite flying knee knockout. Roman Ferroldo, my God. Let's go back to Amanda at the fight desk.
They were chanting his name in here. Josh, I was talking to Big John before the fight, and he said Roman Ferroldo is the real deal, and sure enough, that is what we just saw.
I'm going to say it one more time. Roman Ferroldo. Roman Ferroldo. Actually, 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah,
Roman Ferroldo. Look, he's a stud. He's coming up. And like he said, if you don't know, now you know. You know exactly who he is. The left hook set everything up like Big John said. He was very patient with it. He wasn't overreaching up until this point. He landed a nice, clean left hook, called the Babe Ruth in the corner and said, hey, I'm going to hit you right now. Walked him up casually, didn't rush up, switch knee, beautifully done. For your young talent, when you have somebody in your organization who is that gifted, you want to bring them up slow, but he's calling out Jason Jackson. Hello. I want to sign me up for that fight, please. Whatever we can do, and that will go viral for sure. No doubt that will be on SportsCenter's Top 10.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to check our phones. I'll check my computer here. It is already going viral. We have had an incredible night here so far. 5 prelims down, 2 to go. More prelim action.
All right, we continue here with the Bellator 271 prelims. All of us trying to catch our breath after a breathtaking knockout by Roman Ferroldo. It's flyweights going at it. Bruna Ellen set to battle Desiree Yanez.
Our tail of the tape for this flyweight matchup. Again, look at the age, 25 years of age for Bruna Ellen, 31 for Desiree Yanez. This is going to be an exciting battle.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Welcome you to Bellator 271, the prelims, where we go now to the flyweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'4", weighing in 125.4 pounds. Her professional record, 5 wins, 3 losses, fighting out of Waco, Texas, Desiree Dirty Dez Yanez. And across cage her adversary out of the red corner at 5'4", weighing in 125.6 pounds as a professional. She too stands at 5'3", hailing from Campinas, Sao Paulo, Brazil, introducing Bruna Ellen. Referee in charge, Andrew Glenn.
Bruna Ellen fighting for the first time in almost 2 years. Dirty Des Yanez promises blood and violence. Ellen in the red gloves, Yanez in the blue gloves, and immediately meet in the center, and the calf kick delivered by Ellen. Both needing to get back on the winning track. Nice right cross that catches Ellen.
The jab for Bruna Ellen's finding a home. She needs to just keep it with the straight shots. Look, she keeps on throwing that overhand right. It's missing. Des needs to look for the counter off of this. She's waiting on this too much.
There's the right hand, and the counter was more effective from Ellen that time, straight right down the middle. And Yanez leaning over to her left, getting out of the punch's way. A minute gone here in round number 1. And as both of them fainting, looking to get the other one to bite first, opening up the counter opportunity.
And at this range, what you're seeing right now, this is the fight that Bruna Ellen
wants. Oh, there's the takedown. Explosive, but easily blocked by Ellen.
Absolutely, just put that to the side. But this is what Bruna Ellen wants. She wants to be in this technical matchup. While look at Dirty Des needs to make it dirty. She needs to get into that grindy situation where she's got her up against the cage, landing knees, working her, bullying her, and finally trying to take her down, where she does great work on the ground.
It was more of a bull rush takedown attempt on Ellen, and Yanez just out of range. They circled each other in the center of the cage. Bruna Ellen moving forward, trying to apply smart pressure, utilizing the jab, following up with the right. And there's a takedown attempt again that's defended deftly by Ellen.
Well defended by Ellen, but Des in that situation, you can't just give up on that takedown. She's got to continue to try to chain that and switch the technique. She got blocked, but she didn't keep driving through it, and that could have gotten her that takedown.
Midpoint of the opening round, Ellen going to the body with the left hook, and again, almost 2 years away from the cage, John, for Bruna Ellen.
Yeah, you know, you take a look at that. Her last fight was a long time ago, like you're saying, and it was against the champ now, Juliana Velasquez. She wasn't the champ then, but time away sometimes is a good thing. And if you're working on your techniques, and the whole thing with the pandemic and everything, they weren't able to get her up to have the fight, so she was working on her style and just tuning up the things that were causing her problems before. And one of them was wrestling defense. And look at what has happened so far in the beginning of this fight.
Beginning to open up on one another here in the first round. Ellen's 6 previous fights have gone to the judges, as Yanez again needs to set up the takedown a lot better if she wants to take it to the ground, because thus far she has been stymied by Bruna Ellen inside low kick by the Brazilian, moving forward with less than a minute and a half left in the first.
Bruna Ellen did a great job of countering with that knee strike, making Des pay for coming in and trying to take her down.
Jab parried by Ellen, doesn't fire back. Yanez looking to feint, but there's a 3-strike combination culminating with an inside low kick by Ellen. Minute left in the opening round.
And that's exactly what you want to see from someone. She used her hands to hide the kick. The kick lands. You saw that what happened with Des. She throws the kick without setting it up in any way, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Knee by Ellen to the midsection. Under 30 seconds left in the first round.
And this is the type of fight that Des needs to make it. Although there's only 20 seconds left in the round, at least she knows if I can get her to this point on the cage, this is where I need to be. This is where I can do my best work. Great job of stopping her as she's trying to pop out.
Round one is in the books.
Ready, ready.
Right now it's round two. Desiree Yanez and Bruna Ellen, how do you have it after one?
Right now, Bruna Ellen won that first round 10-9 in my opinion, and she started off beautifully with a right hand that landed cleanly. Des needs to get it back to where she ended that round in the first round, getting her up against the cage and start to do that dirty boxing and get her to the ground. Bruna Ellen has done a very good job. You can tell her this is one of the things you talk about. Hasn't fought in 2 years, but has absolutely worked on her technique and has made herself a much better defensive fighter as far as wrestling. She hasn't been taken down once in this. And one of her problems in her fights is she was in a position where people would take her down and take her out of where she was best in the stand-up.
A minute gone here in the second, and Bruna Ellen sticking to her game plan, utilizing feints, utilizing textbook techniques, and there again, Yanez changing levels, looking for the takedown, and nothing doing.
Yeah, and again, notice what she did. She stuffed the takedown and then brought the knee up as a counter.
Nice counter right hand by Ellen.
That's the way to, when someone's going to kick, you decide I'm going to counter it, that's the way to do it.
And then Ellen scores with a kick of her own. Nice shot to the body, and then Ellen goes upstairs, backing Yanez up.
Bruna Ellen really starting to fit into her groove. She's feeling good in there. She's moving well. She's the one controlling the engagements.
And not allowing Yanez to set any kind of rhythm or tempo.
Not at all.
And now Yanez swinging upstairs. There's a long jab by Yanez, right hand by Yanez. Yanez trying to find some flow.
Yeah, Yanez trying to up the pressure on her.
Now the right hand scored. And a right hand again by Yanez, and they clinch some separation, and Yanez now beginning to have some success.
This is what you want to see out of Desiree. You notice how she's up that pace. The pressure's starting to come faster and quicker, and the shots are coming more. She needs to continue on with that.
Yanez from a southpaw stance. Back to orthodox. Ellen goes for the kick. Better round in the second half of the second stanza for Yanez.
Yanez had that one moment. She landed several shots. She looked good, but now she's slowed it down, and look at what's happening.
Under 2 minutes left in the second. Stiff jab lands for Yanez. Misses with that combination. Good head movement by Ellen.
Nice hook over the top by Bruna Ellen.
Outside low kick by Ellen scores, and then Yanez counters with an effective kick of her own. Misses with the right. Minute and a half left in round two. Nice right hand lands for Ellen.
Both of them swinging hard at this time. Jay's getting a little bit off balance, which is mean, as you're seeing her come forward and get off balance, that's not a good sign that she's getting tired.
Desperate takedown attempt, easily defended by Bruna Ellen. Final 60 seconds of the middle frame jab, but there's a high kick by Ellen as she moves forward. Elbow on the inside by Yanez, but Ellen backs her to the fence.
Yeah, Dirty Des tried to land several elbows there, but it caught her out of position, and now you see she eats the knee based upon it. Her arm's not in a good position. Nice job of swinging her arm back around to try to get herself back into a 50-50 here. Good idea by Des to try to exit that with a big shot.
Overhand right by Ellen, and again, Yanez with the takedown, but it's not being set up, it's not being telegraphed, and Ellen, meanwhile, secures the first takedown of the fight in the final seconds of the second round, and now grabs her back, gets the hooks in. Ellen has never scored a submission victory, but Bruna Ellen landing the first takedown and getting the back.
Yeah, well, she landed that takedown because she did a beautiful job of dropping levels and driving into her opponent while her opponent's coming forward trying to land those strikes.
Baixinha, você precisa controlar pouquinho mais a distância e trabalhar mais finta. Ó, você tá ganhando a luta.
Not just shoot. All right, take a sip. Okay? It's either 2-0 or 1-1.
Take a look right here. Nice left hook over the top. You saw Des actually landed the first shot. Then Bruna Ellen comes with the counter. Nice right hand by Dirty Des. And then dropping levels and drives into her, hooks the leg. Nice takedown by Bruna Ellen, and a good job by Des to fight it off and always be working towards that top position.
Ready?
When we talked to Yanez, she felt that Ellen would be potentially easier to take down because of Yanez's training. She is 0 for 6 in takedown attempts, while Ellen is 1 for 1, that takedown coming in the last seconds of the last round.
Well, I can understand why she felt that way, because in the past, Bruna Ellen's weakness was she was, her wrestling gave her problems that people were able to take her off her feet, take her out of her game. Obviously, that time off, she has upped her game in the wrestling area, and it's paying dividends.
Ellen beginning to get very fluid with her striking. Final round, center of the ring, bouncing up and down, delivering combinations. Yanez still trying to figure out the riddle that is Ellen, as Ellen lands a right to the midsection. Oh, nice counter right hand by Ellen. Jab lands for Yanez. Another jab, stiff jab by Yanez, doesn't follow up with the right.
She was thinking of it, she just held it back.
There's a right cross grazing the chin of Ellen, but that jab keeps stopping Ellen in her tracks, John.
Yeah, what you want to see out of Des right now is you got to stop either just the 1 or the 1-2. Start coming with the 3 and 4. Start following it up, because one of those is going to be the shot that could end up putting Bruna down.
And when you say the 3 and 4, talking about the left hook, right uppercut?
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Ellen going 1-2, 1-2. Again, Yanez feinting, short right uppercut on the inside. 3 minutes left in the fight.
Well, out there, I thought that Des was getting a little tired, but both ladies look like they're in fine shape, and they're both going hard right now. And they're slinging leather.
Oh, yeah, there's a jumping knee by Ellen. There's Yanez again looking for that takedown, and once again being successfully defended by Bruna Ellen. Now, Yanez now 0 for 7 in the takedown department.
Well, she got stuffed on that initial, but at least she kept the contact and drove her back into the cage, where now she can try to get into a position of, let me work at getting her down from here. Let me go for the single leg. Let me go to a high crotch. All kinds of things that she can try. But again, Bruna Ellen is showing that her wrestling pedigree has definitely improved. Nice job of framing. Look at Bruna Ellen framing with that left hand and trying to bring those knees up. Yanez trying to go to the body.
Battle for position along the fence. 1:45 left in the fight. Knees from Yanez. Short rights from Ellen. Ellen trying to stop the takedown from manifesting for Yanez. And with 1.5 minutes left, Ellen with a knee strike.
Well, think about what you're seeing right now. Yeah, Yanez has got her up against cage, but she's not doing anything other than grappling, and it's not working for her, while Bruna Ellen is landing those knees inside.
And now creates separation with 1:11 left in the bout. High kick blocked by Yanez. But for nearly 2 years out of the cage, not a lot of rush being exhibited by Ellen, who again looking to launch a knee, looking to try to top what Roman Ferroldo did. That's going to be hard to do
A little bit hard.
in any fight. Jab lands again by Yanez, but pot shotting, single shots. Again, trying to go for the takedown, but there's only 35 seconds left in the fight.
Trying to put pressure on her, drive her down. Bruna Ellen doing a nice job with her balance. She's using that cage as a balance point. It makes it very difficult if you're Desiree to actually get the takedown, because now she's got more than 2 points of balance. She's got 3 points. That makes it very difficult.
Ellen with a series of knees to end the fight. Both fighters looking to bounce back from losses. Yanez looking to snap a 2-fight losing streak, while Bruna Ellen, again, away from the cage for nearly 2 years, has definitely shored up her takedown defense.
Very much
was
so.
effective in her offense and seemed to have good conditioning throughout the fight.
Very good. Both. Nice counter attack by Bruna Ellen there with the right hand coming over the top. You see Yanez using that right hand over the top of her own. The jab landed quite often for Dirty Dez when she would throw it. She was effective with that jab and should have gone to it as much as possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your 3 judges. Your first, Troy Winkelpaw, scores the fight 29-28. He sees the fight for Ellen. Your second judge at cage side, Chris Lee, 29-28. He sees the fight for Yanez. Your third and final judge, Todd Anderson, scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Bruna Ellen.
After nearly 2 years away, Bruna Ellen secures the split decision win over Desiree Yanez in a hard-fought contest here in the flyweight division. Ellen improves to 6-3, 4-3 now here in Bellator, while Desiree Yanez put up a valiant effort but falls to 0-2 in the Bellator MMA cage. Tail of the tape for this, the final preliminary fight here at Bellator 271.
There's the big thing. Look at the weights are exactly the same. It's amazing, but 6'8" to 6'3", and at 6'8", Steve Mowry will bring that knee to your chin very quickly.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Tonight from Hard Rock Live, the time has come to conclude the Bellator 271 prelims. We'll do it with 3 5-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing the blue corner, at 6'3", weighing in 249.6 pounds. Making his Bellator debut, the veteran brings 22 professional victories, 13 losses, 1 draw. From Dayton, Texas, Rakim, the Boogeyman, Cleveland. And across the cage, his adversary, out of the red corner, at 6'8", weighing in 249.6 pounds. As an undefeated professional, he enters with 9 victories, no losses. by way of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he fights out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, presenting Tall Steve Mowry. And the referee in charge, Mike Beltran.
Steve Mowry's 5-fight Bellator winning streak at heavyweight, second longest active streak in the division behind Valentin Moldavsky's 6. He's in the red gloves. Rakim Cleveland in the blue gloves, again making his Bellator debut in his 37th professional fight. Comes out into southpaw stance, blocks that high kick attempt by Mowry.
Yeah, a lot of experience with Rakim, and if you watch him in the stand-up, he is very smooth, he's very agile, he moves well. He's a lot more technically clean than what you're going to see out of Steve Mowry with his hands, but it's the knees that Mowry brings and sometimes the elbows that is a difference maker in the stand-up for him.
Cleveland's played defensive end for Grandview University, Des Moines, Iowa. 11-year veteran, made his pro MMA debut in November 2010, losing to Derek Lewis, who is becoming noted heavyweight. But here Mowry, number 7 ranked, looking to hold on to that ranking and start to make his way even further into this pool of talent. But Cleveland at southpaw trying to check that kick.
Yeah, Cleveland is, like I said, very smooth in the stand. But right there, you saw Steve head kick up the two in a row.
Mowry looking for the takedown.
This is not bad for Steve Mowry. That guillotine is not in place for Rakim to get. This is a perfect thing for Mowry. He is very good in the top position, very heavy with his hips, and starts to move himself. He loves the Kimura, he loves the Americana. He is a very good submission fighter.
5 submission wins, 2 Kimura, 1 key lock, 1 arm triangle, and 1 triangle. So diverse, but has Cleveland in trouble on his back.
This is the one place Rakim did not want to be with Steve Mowry. If he's on his back with Steve Mowry on top and time on the clock, things are not going well for Rakim. Steve Mowry starting to set up that Kimura. He loves the Kimura, and as soon as that arm is in place, he will just start to attack it. He's great at controlling the head.
Mowry on his feet. Cleveland on his back. Well, midpoint of the opening round, and Cleveland able to take Mowry down momentarily, and Mowry stuffing Cleveland's head down, looking to take his back.
Yeah, well, he did not take him down. He entwined the leg, and Mowry took the step the wrong way, and that's why he went down. But this is where he wants to be. This is a great place, and look at right away, starting to go for that arm.
He's got 2 Kimura submissions in his last 2 fights. So looking for his 3rd straight Kimura submission victory. In terms of submissions, those were his last 2 submissions.
There he did, just locked up the arm. Now it's the question of, you see that Rakim is actually grabbing his shorts. He can do that because those are his shorts. Now he doesn't have a grip on him. And now Steve's starting to move, and he's trying to get that leg up over the head. And if he gets that leg that high, what he's using is position right now to turn Rakim's body in a way that the body is sucking the arm up. If he gets that leg over the head.
Steve Mowry forces Cleveland to submit. And that's his 3rd consecutive submission win via Kimura. He's now 6-0. And all 6 wins make that 10-0, all 6 wins here in Bellator. And I mean, he's a finisher. Every single, at 10-0, he's now 4 knockouts, 6 submissions. Well versed, to say the least.
You know, and he's the one thing you got to look at when he's at now 10-0. But he's very calm in the cage. He doesn't make big mistakes. He takes his time. We've seen him get hurt and then come back in the fight and get his win. Right now, Steve Mowry is just continuing to progress as a heavyweight fighter as he goes for the takedown on poor Mo Law.
really does.
Take a look how he sets up. You can see Rakim goes for that guillotine, but it is not in place to get it, so there's no danger for Steve Mowry. He works himself into getting Rakim's back to the ground, and at a certain point actually got back up. But when he goes for this Kimura, you see him using that spinning attack, using Rakim's body to start to trap the arm. What he wants to do is bring that leg over the head to separate the head and the arm. He didn't even need to do it. That's a power move, and he's very, very technically good with the Kimura as far as his body positioning and how to get that arm behind his opponent's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tap comes by way of a Kimura. Your official time, 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Round number 1, the winner by submission, still undefeated, tall Steve Mowry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Steve Mowry. Steve, that was a very impressive performance based upon just your ability in the stand-up, how calm you were, and when you took the fight to the ground, you just systematically kept working towards a better position because you love the Kimura, you love the Americana. Talk to me about what you were thinking when you were looking for that setup.
Yeah, so I mean, I watched a lot of his fights even before I thought about I'd have to fight him. So I knew he was wily, I knew he was tough. So me and the team decided, hey, we're going to goof around tonight. We're going to go in there and get the job done.
Well, come in here and get the job done. You did. In the stand-up, you landed several kicks to the head. You brought up the left, then the right. Were you thinking, I might want to be in the stand-up with Rakim?
No, I mean, no disrespect to Rakim, but I really felt like I had the skill advantage everywhere. But where the skill disparity was greatest was whenever I'm on top on the floor. So, like I said, I wasn't going to mess around. I was going to come in here and get the job done tonight.
You came into this fight ranked 7th in the heavyweight division. Who is it that you believe you should be stepping into this cage with to move yourself up in those rankings?
I'm going to kind of turn that question around on you, John. Linton Vassell's a good friend. My daughter calls him Uncle Linton. I'm not going to fight him. Gokhan Sarachan's a good friend. He comes and trains with us. Everybody else in the top 10, we're going to figure it out. And whenever I come get that title, I'm turning it back around and taking out the rest of the division. But that said, I know he thinks I'm not paying attention, but Marcelo Golm, we can do it. We got business.
Sounds good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for tall Steve Mowry.
With 24 career wins, 19 knockouts, and 4 world titles across 4 organizations. Cris Cyborg has been widely regarded as the greatest female fighter mixed martial arts has ever seen. Tonight, the featherweight queen returns to the Bellator MMA cage with her legacy and her belt on the line as she makes another title defense. Her opponent, an Irish brawler from the notoriously tough SBG fight camp, Sinead Kavanagh. In the main event, Ireland's 5-time national boxing champion looks to dethrone MMA royalty and etch her name in the sports history books. It's Cyborg versus Kavanagh in a battle for Bellator gold. Bellator MMA returns to where it all began over a dozen years ago, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. And hey, you gotta love what they've done with the place, adding a guitar-shaped hotel, an engineering masterpiece soaring 450 feet. into the Sunshine State sky. Tonight's main event principals have engineered success out of smashing their opponents the way the likes of Pete Townsend, Jimi Hendrix, and Kurt Cobain smashed their guitars. Cris Cyborg and Sinead Kavanagh are set to tune each other up for the title. Cris Cyborg donning a Miami Dolphins jersey. Dolphins riding high after the upset win over the Ravens. We get another chance to witness a living legend in action. After losing her pro debut in her native Brazil in 2005, Cyborg reeled off an incredible 20 consecutive wins over the next 13 years, 17 courtesy of her devastating power, including 10 in the first round. More than half of her fights have been championship affairs. Hello there, I'm Mauro Ranallo alongside Big John McCarthy. And despite her longevity, despite her dominance, it is the way that she responded to just her second setback against Amanda Nunes that has impressed you the most. Why?
Everyone's going to get knocked down at some point in their life. It's how you get up and what you do with that knowledge, because all of those wins, you talked about 13 years, 20 wins in a row. You don't learn that much because everything's working for you. And she was just this berserker that went through everybody. But it was that loss that made her change. And she went and said, I need to do things different. I can't get hit the same way. I need to be a smarter fighter. You take a look at what she's done as she's come to Bellator. The fight with Julia Budd picked her apart with body shots, did an outstanding job of just systematically breaking her down. Arlene Blanco got the very first submission of her career against Arlene because she brought in the jiu-jitsu that she's been practicing. Now she's going to face a killer in boxing, and she brings guys like Antonio McKee to train her in the wrestling aspect just to get it up to that next level. So what people think is going to happen might not happen as far as staying on the feet. Look, she is a killer, and she is getting better at the age of 36. Now she's better than she ever was in the past.
And tonight, Cyborg defends a Bellator crown that she won in her promotional debut for the third time against Sinead Kavanagh. Kavanagh is a huge underdog, and she's had to overcome huge obstacles just to be here. A mom at 17 who struggled to keep a roof over her family's head. When boxing couldn't pay the bills, she made the move to MMA. And now, thanks to her efforts, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the sacrifice, she is now the proverbial one punch away from living the dream. And by all accounts, Kavanagh isn't intimidated by one of the sport's biggest nightmares.
Well, that's one of the things that she thinks every other woman that has stepped in with Cris has, that fear of Cris. And that fear led to them making mistakes in the fight and that allowed Cris to do what she wanted. She basically said the same thing as her countrymen. Look, I'm not coming here to take part. I'm coming here to take over. I'm going to take that belt from Cris Cyborg. I'm going to beat her on the feet. I'm going to put her butt on the canvas, and I'm going to knock her out. We're going to see if she can do it.
Cyborg Nation anticipates another cause for celebration, while the island nation of Ireland hopes to fet its first female MMA champion. With more on tonight's main event and the rest of Bellator 271, I say hello and welcome to the pride of the 305, Amanda Guerra, holding it down at the fight desk.
Mauro, I sure appreciate it, and I am very happy to be here along with two-time world champ Josh Thompson. Let's dive in to that main event tonight. Cris Cyborg going up against Sinead Kavanagh. They talked about Sinead Kavanagh not being afraid, and we know that. But you pointed out this week, Cris Cyborg, she has the ability to break people.
Yeah, see, people talk about it. We're going to find out tonight. Sinead's talked about it all the time, but when she gets in that cage, will it be different? But Cris Cyborg has that ability to do that to every opponent that has stepped in the cage with her. For 13 years, she went undefeated. Julia Budd had waited for the opportunity for years to fight her, then got in there and just folded under pressure. Arlene Blanco was trying to push her back, wasn't able to do that as well. Leslie Smith said the same exact thing that every other female fighter has said. I'm going to make her go backwards. I'm going to walk her down. I'm going to throw big strikes. None of them were able to do it. So I'm going to find out tonight if Sinead Kavanagh is able to do that.
Look, she's talking that right now. She says that she can do it. But let's talk about Sinead Kavanagh just a little bit more, because she told us this week, look, I feel like this particular moment is overdue for me. I should have been here already. If she were to win, what are the keys for her tonight?
She's got to do what every other female has tried to do, and that's push her backwards. She's also got to make sure she throws her punches in combinations. She can't afford to just throw ones and twos. She's got to get Cyborg to sit on her back foot to take away some of the power that she possesses. And when Cyborg walks forward, she's got to stick and move and get offline. Try not to stand directly in front of her because Cyborg throws blitzes. What I mean by that is straight punches right down the middle, twos and threes. She just walks you backwards and tries to push you backwards. Kavanagh needs to step off, throw big shots, hopefully lands the big shot and follows up with a finish.
That is the main event, but this is a stacked card tonight. We have Tyrell Fortune going up against Linton Vassell. Vassell telling us this week that he feels better than ever at heavyweight and he wants to finish Fortune in a dominant fashion. And then the one that is everybody talking, Aaron Pico, who is on another level right now. Josh, you know that more than anyone. We're going to talk a lot about it tonight, but he is going up against a guy in Justin Gonzalez who is undefeated. So can all the changes that Aaron Pico has made over the past year or so bring him to a win tonight? We cannot wait to watch it all go down. So let's kick off the big night. Morrow, down to you.
Thank you very much. We're bookending Bellator 271 with 145-pound action. Number 1 ranked Arlene Blanco, the former title challenger, takes on the number 7 ranked Pam Bam Sorenson, a former Invicta FC champion. For our opening contest in the featherweight division.
This featherweight matchup, 64.5 to 63.5. There is not much difference in anything here. This should be what we call a banker's brawl.
With the official introductions, here is Michael C. Williams.
Introducing the blue corner. At 5'6", weighing in 146 pounds, her professional record, 9 wins, 3 losses, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Pam Bam Sorenson. And across the cage, her adversary out of the red corner. At 5'6", weighing in 145.8 pounds, as a 2-time title challenger, she stands with 14 professional victories, 8 defeats from Penrith, Western Sydney, Australia, presenting Arlene Angerfist Blanco. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Arlene Blanco in the red gloves has the fastest finish in Bellator women's featherweight history. 22-second knockout of Amanda Bell at Bellator 224. Pam Sorenson looking for her 3rd straight win. She's in the blue gloves. They touch gloves and we are underway.
Nice clean right hand right away by Arlene Blanco. Landed just flush. It will be the difference I think you're going to see here. Speed of hands by Arlene Blanco. Look at her reaching out and touching that target.
Blanco putting the pressure on Sorenson, landing a series of right hands. Has Sorenson backed up to the fence.
You can see the look on Sorenson's face. She was in trouble there. The fact that the clinch occurred was actually very good for Sorenson.
Blanco has won 7 of her last 9 fights. The defeats have come to the only 2 women to hold featherweight gold in Bellator MMA, Cris Cyborg and Julia Budd.
Yeah, and you can look at those fights against Budd. A lot of people thought that Blanco won. It was a split decision, but it didn't go her way. But she gives problems to everyone faced upon. She throws straight punches most of the time. Look at those shots. Pam Sorenson's going to have to figure out her range and her distance, so she is not ending up on the end of the shots.
On the face of Sorenson. Sorenson looking for the takedown. Defended by Blanco, but Sorenson tenacious. Blanco on one knee.
Smart move by Sorenson to look for that takedown to get out of this gunslinging battle that she is losing to Arlene Blanco. Get into the clinch, get this fight to the ground, and start to use her ground and pound.
Blanco talked about finishing this fight as fast as possible so she can get home to her 20-year-old son, her daughter Kayla, and son Keen, who are 13.
This right here is why Arlene Blanco spent the last 6 months here in the States in Albuquerque working with Jackson Wink, because she wanted to have a better wrestling game, better ability to get herself out of the clinch or to control the clinch and not end up on the ground in a position where she was unable to defend herself.
Mentioned spent time training with the likes of Holly Holm and Clarissa Shields. And she is very high on Erin Pico, who we will see in action later tonight against the undefeated Justin Gonzalez. Pico has morphed into a completely different fighter since linking up with Jackson Wink MMA.
Unbelievable difference in the Erin Pico that first came out and what we are seeing him do today. They have done a magnificent job.
Number 6 ranked in Hague, Justin Gonzalez. All he's done is go 12-0, ranked number 8 in the division.
He's a fun fighter to watch. Right now, you have to do this. If Sorenson doesn't change this up, because what she's doing is she's using this position to stall time, to do some dirty boxing, hit the legs, but it's not enough in her attack. She's got to at least try to get this fight to the ground or do something different, or Jason Herzog's going to separate.
Sorenson told us that she thought her wrestling was a lot better, unable to take Blanco down and keep her down as fans restless here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Referee Jason Herzog separates them, reset in the center of the cage.
You see that backward movement by Sorenson. She is just
she got rattled with that left
to get that clinch back.
And her chin is up when Blanco attacks. A minute 10. It's Blanco, the noted boxer, getting the better of the striking exchanges. A minute remaining in the first round. Blanco checked that kick.
All of that you saw in that clinch, although it didn't look like anything, the one thing it did for Pam Sorenson is it made Arlene Blanco's arms get a little heavy. They're a little slower now because she had to hold on, she had to control and hold weight. It's not going to be the same quickness that we'll see.
Three-punch combination culminating with a straight left hand bouncing off the forehead of Sorenson. Impressive hand speed and impressive accuracy by Anger Fist Arlene Blanco. Oh, but Sorenson comes back left to left.
Arlene Blanco's right hand right now cannot miss the target. It has landed consistently. She's thrown it out.
1-2 lands again for Blanco. Coming up on the final 10 seconds, continues to pop Sorenson's head. But again, Sorenson standing ground as we come to the end of round 1. How do you have it on your unofficial scorecard after the first round, John?
That was a very easy round to score. That's 10-9, Arlene Blanco. She landed the clean shot. She actually hurt Pam Sorenson in that round. Pam Sorenson's greatest position was the clinch, so she wouldn't be getting hit by that right hand.
Round 2 underway here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Pam Sorenson delivering the left body kick.
I'm looking at the total strike stats and there's just no way that I can believe that you're telling me Sorenson has landed at a higher rate than Arlene Blanco right now.
Right hand lands for Sorenson, countered by Blanco.
That's one of the things that's wrong with when people are watching this. They see the stats like that. It doesn't matter how many shots Pam Sorenson landed because they didn't have any power compared to the shots that Arlene Blanco is throwing. Arlene Blanco's shots are hurting Pam Sorenson, just like you saw right there.
Minute gone here in the second. Sorenson has tasted enough of the power, looking for the takedown. Well defended by Arlene Blanco.
Arlene Blanco needs to get that right under her, bring it out higher so she can turn Pam Sorenson. See Pam back to her hips, to the back side of Arlene, that's to block that.
Oh, there's an elbow across the face by Sorenson, creating separation. Misses with that slash punishing elbow on the break.
That was a nice clean elbow that she did land up against the cage, though.
Blanco backing Sorenson up.
These shots are going to add up over time. She keeps on eating that right hand. It's having a cumulative effect, which is not, just one of them is not going to, she's not going to stand up front.
Counter right hand down the middle lands for Blanco. Picking apart Sorenson, commanding the center of the cage, dictating the terms. Busting up against Sorenson's face. Sorenson backing up in a straight line, and she pays for it with that right hand over the top of Blanco. Another right. Sorenson on the retreat. Sorenson changes levels. Desperation. Attempted a takedown.
Desperation. Arlene's not doing the right. She's looking for a switch right here. But with Sorenson's hands completed, she needs to defend against that takedown. Put that arm in for the switch in case, so she can put pressure down on the shoulder.
But Sorenson expending energy. Trying to secure the takedown, and now it's Blanco pinning Sorenson against the fence. A nice reversal, and again, great takedown defense, and Sterling striking as Blanco. Her fists are angry, and you do not want to make them angry, but Sorenson again muting the offense momentarily.
But what a great job of changing levels by Pam Sorenson to get herself out of danger and take away what Arlene Blanco was bringing. You can look at it, you can say, I don't like that. It's smart because she's getting blitzed.
It's called having a fight IQ, my friend, and she's displaying it, although now Blanco looking for the guillotine choke. She has a triangle choke on her resume, sprawled out here.
She could get this, but she needed to use about a good job of using it to gain position.
Blanco again creating separation, unloading on Sorenson.
Arlene Blanco's right hand is money tonight. It cannot miss.
Chopping right hand over the top by Blanco. Sorenson trying to control Blanco's weapons, being her two arms.
You see there's a hematoma on the left eye, above the left eye of Pam Sorenson from those shots. The right hand is just punished.
Why every time I hear the word hematoma, I'm thinking Mark Hominick or Asim Rahman?
I wonder why.
Coming up on the final 30 seconds of the second round, where Pam Sorenson has been able to neutralize Blanco's offense just when it appeared that Blanco was going to continue blasting it well.
Blanco putting herself in a position there. Why are you trying for this takedown? There's no reason. Separate and start hitting that right hand again, but big round again for Arlene Blanco. Take a look at these shots by Blanco. Boom, beautiful right hand, and it happened over and over again during the round. Watch the right hand. That one hits the chest, but she, inside fighting, outside, that right hand just keeps on landing. And you see Pam Sorenson having such trouble and then dropped to change levels to drive into her. Very smart, intelligent move by Pam, but she's having some problems here.
Down the middle when you're close. Otherwise, once you fight long 10s and 9s, you got it? 10s and 9s. Discipline.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we go to the third and final round.
Mike Winklejohn administering instructions to Angerfist Arlene Blanco. Some concern in Pam Sorenson's corner, but the game competitor answers the bell for round 3. After 10 minutes, your unofficial scorecard reads.
I've got Blanco up both rounds, 10-9. Pam Sorenson's going to have to figure out how to stay away from that right hand get into Arlene Blanco, get the takedown. I think she needs a finish if she wants to win this fight.
Sorenson straight in front of Blanco. Coming in at angles, and there's a right hand over the top by Sorenson, and then the counter right hand by Blanco. The 38-year-old Blanco began training boxing at 26. Made her pro debut in July of 2012. 4 wins as a pro boxer, 2 of them via knockout. 1 minute gone here in the final frame.
Arlene needs to go back to that jab. Use the jab to set up the right hand. Keep peppering that left hand, put it in the middle of her face. She's going to have a problem with her response when you throw that big right hand.
Blanco continues to stop that right hand cocked in. Vicious, stiff left. Jab, that like a power jab from Blanco.
That left caused a problem in Pam Sorenson as far as her seeing. She was blinking a lot, so it obviously had an effect.
Right hand, and Sorenson timed the second right again, looking for the takedown. She will have Blanco along the fence. Talk about the adjustments that need to be made to Sorenson's strategy as we continue to tick-tock here in the third and final round.
As far as the takedown, it's not easy against the cage. What she's trying to do is get a body lock, and it's against the cage very difficult. You're talking about not 2 points of balance with your left and right foot. You're also now talking about a 3rd point of balance with your body or butt against the cage. So it's very difficult at this time in MMA to get takedowns from that position.
Another jab splits the guard of Sorenson, and Sorenson's face beginning to show the effects of this constant barrage from Blanco.
One of the things you'd like to see from Arlene, since Sorenson is being smart and trying to circle her way away from that power, Arlene needs to start stepping off with her left foot to set up that right hand, just like you see right there.
Right down the middle, backing Sorenson up. Beautifully timed counter right hand by Blanco. In the range, John lands with the jab. Sorenson tries to come over the top with the right hand.
Sorenson is, man, you talk about a game fighter, someone who is in here just all heart, because she's taking some long shots throughout this fight. She's still here.
35 years of age. In fact, it was her starting cardio kickboxing when she was at one of the lowest points in her life. Her best friend had just passed away. She put on some weight. She wanted to feel better about herself. And, well, taking cardio kickboxing classes has led to the Bellator MMA cage.
There's a lot of people that just started off going to one class and started their entire career.
Including the champion in the main event. Cris Cyborg was a professional handball player discovered by Pujamar Fedrigo of the Shooter Box Academy. Was offered, hey, come on in for a free lesson.
A free lesson.
Well, she's been dishing out lessons ever since. Less than a minute remaining in this fight. Cris Cyborg will be defending the Bellator Featherweight Championship against Sinead Kavanagh. Arlene Blanco was on the receiving end of Cyborg's first submission win as a pro. Rear naked choke victory back in October of last year at Bellator 249. Blanco bounced back with a TKO victory at Bellator 262 and hopes to continue her winning ways as she continues to put it on Bam Bam Sorenson. You can't question the heart or the will of Pam Sorenson, but an extra tough night at the office, courtesy of Arlene Blanco.
Great job.
That was a very tough fight for Pam Sorenson. Obviously, I had given the first, second round 10-9 to Arlene Blanco. Same thing with the third. I think you're going to hear 30-27 from all the judges.
How has Blanco's striking improved under the auspices of Jackson Wink MMA?
Well, it's really not the striking that has improved so much, even though there are things.
Wow, what a combination!
You look at the accuracy that she was landing with, and the right hand had power, and it just kept hitting that mark all the time. But it's her wrestling, because in these situations against a fighter like Pam Sorenson in the past, Arlene would find herself on the canvas, fighting to try to get herself back to her feet. It didn't work for her. Now she's stopping the takedown, and by stopping the takedown, she's able to unleash offense like you're seeing, and just walk through her opponent, walk away, in my opinion, with a beautiful unanimous decision victory.
Will the judges concur? We will soon find out, as we are just getting started here. Bellator 271 again. Kayla and Keane eagerly await Mom's return to Australia. The dynamic duo Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn. The amount of knowledge between those two mega moms. Let's listen here. Always a great thing to see in a sport where you earn your respect the hardest way possible.
Yes, you do.
Let's go to Michael C. Williams for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your three judges at cage side. Your first, Barry Luxembourg, scores the fight 29-28. While judges Troy Winkapaw and Chris Lee both see it exactly the same at 30-27. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Arlene Angerfest Blanco.
Arlene Blanco bags the unanimous decision win and will be able to return to her native Australia in the morning a winner, picking up her 8th victory here in Bellator, improving to 15-8 overall, maintaining her hold on the #1 ranking, maybe the 3rd time. If it comes, will be the charm for this hard-hitting featherweight who has had 2 opportunities against the only 2 women to hold the title, Julia Budd and Cris Cyborg, but winning tonight over a game Pam Bam Sorenson. All right, let's go to the fight desk.
We have the main event tonight. Current featherweight champ Cris Cyborg putting her title on the line yet again against Sinead Kavanagh. As you see them there, Cris Cyborg telling us this week, I'm going to find a way to end this fight and easily. But Sinead Kavanagh saying, I am not afraid of you, Cris Cyborg, and I have the power shots. Cris Cyborg taking a look at her 13-1, a title resume, but you know tonight that Sinead Kavanagh would like to turn that 1 into a 2. Cris Cyborg, however tonight ends, a legend in the world of MMA, but as her career evolves, she is finding what is most important to her is the work she does outside the cage.
Cris Cyborg successfully defends the Bellator Featherweight Championship with her 19th knockout.
I think my opponents get intimidated when they face me off me or go inside the cage. I think because of my style of fight.
All right, ladies, good fight.
The other fight is more violent. But I don't think about this. When I face off, no, it's me, you know? Some people see me in the street and say, Cris, you're really nice. I say, how do you think I am?
Cyborg's power seems to be taking over.
I like it when I'm fighting. I love my job. And signing to work with Bellator now, I love more. I have fire in my heart more. I like to use my sport, show faith for all my fans, you know, don't quit the dreams, work harder, and help my family, help the community, and be a good example for everyone. Not just be the world champion, but be the champion of people's hearts. This is the most important for me. put in 2017 the water well here, and now they drink that water. The people need help here. I do the same thing in Brazil, and I feel like God put me in this position for be a fighter, for fighter who cannot fight. But for this very bad, they then have to fight for themselves here. My motivation, my faith. Second, and it's all my fans like you guys. Always support me. No, never quit. Always continue giving you courage for you guys. Pass any difficulty in your life, and to be example to everyone. The Pink Belt Fitness, I have camp only for girls. I invite Leslie for teaching for the girls here. Teach a little bit about mixed martial arts for them, like self-defense, or you want to train for lose weight. Message, you cannot quit. You always have to believe in your dream. Everything you put your mind, you want to do, and you work hard, you're gonna be blessed, you're gonna have. I can hold the 100 titles, but these titles are gonna stay for me forever, but I know in the heart the people will.
Well, first and foremost, the work that she is doing is absolutely incredible. But Josh, watching that, Cris Cyborg, 36 years old, by no means is she done, because she is amazing. But do you think this helps her mentally as she moves throughout her career?
Yeah, absolutely. There comes a time in your career where you start looking ahead. And you're not saying that you're checked out. You don't have one foot out the door. She's still extremely dedicated to the sport and what her goals are. But she's also looking ahead. And that's also very good, because mentally that helps her prepare for what's next after fighting. But right now she's focused on tonight.
Let's talk about the fight we have coming up here. Aaron Pico going up against Justin Gonzalez. And we've been talking about this fight all week because it's going to be great. Look, you know Aaron Pico very well. You've known him for about 10 years now. He switched camps, and ever since then, he has been on another level.
Yeah, everything that happened pre him going to Jackson Wink, I think it should be just wiped off. And I know we can't do that, and I'd love to do that for him, but I'm telling you right now, he is a completely different fighter. He's the fighter that we talked about him being all these years, all the lead up from the time he signed with Bellator. Okay, his 4-fight win streak that he's ran on since he went to Jackson Winks, and the progressions that I have seen from him, okay, when he knocked out Kerry, he was a little bit of the old Pico. But then when he fought Hatley, he had the takedowns, the ground and pound, the transitions to the submissions. He looked wonderful. But then when he fought John De Jesus, he just was at a different level. The striking, the wrestling, the combinations, the ground and pound was there. But let's not forget about his last fight with Aiden Lee. Aiden Lee was giving him fits, not in terms of making him look bad, but he was giving him fits and making him work for all the positions he normally dominates. And that's a lot for a young fighter to handle. And he handled it perfectly. Transitions for anacondas, transitions on the ground and pound, takedowns, all of those things finally came together. And he is now becoming the fighter that I've always known that he could be. And I think everybody else has known that as well.
And he has that confidence when you talk to him. Now, Justin Gonzalez also has a lot of confidence. I mean, he is coming into this 12-0 undefeated there. Now, his technique when it comes to Pico, they're pretty similar, though. So how does he approach this fight?
He's got to catch Aaron Pico in transition. Although Aaron Pico's got 11 fights, Justin Gonzalez is 12-0. But what he also has got to do is he's got the experience of being a true mixed martial artist. Aaron Pico didn't start to become a full MMA fighter until 4 fights ago. Justin Gonzalez has been a true MMA fighter from the beginning. He is someone that works through the transitions. He throws the combinations, he bullies you around, gets you to go backwards, and then he utilizes his wrestling to press you to the fence. Against Taiwan Claxton, who's a great wrestler, but he was able to take Taiwan down. He was able to mix it up. And utilizing his striking with his wrestling was key. And that's what he's got to do with Aaron Pico. He's got to keep Aaron Pico guessing. The only way for him, I believe, to beat Aaron Pico is to catch him in transition, whether it's a guillotine, whether it's a submission, whether it's a punch. He's got to catch him in transition, because I think Aaron Pico is really good all the way around. So is J-Train. Okay, but he's going to have to do it in transition if he wants to get the win.
Look, since this fight was announced, we cannot wait to watch it, and we're about to. Moro, back down to you.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Yeah, mouth-watering matchup at 145. The number 6 ranked Aaron Pico about to go mano-a-mano against the number 8 ranked and undefeated Justin J-Train Gonzalez. And now you can see the numbers for the tail of the tape for this highly anticipated featherweight fight.
Well, you're right. It's 8-3, and that last 3 with Aaron Pico all wins, and he has been dominating at 12-0 for the J Train, Justin Gonzalez. I think this could be fight of the night.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
We introduce the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 145.6 pounds. As a professional, he's undefeated, 12 wins, no losses, fighting out of Greeley, Colorado, Justin J. Train Gonzalez. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 5'8", weighing in 145.4 pounds, his professional record, 8 victories, 3 defeats. From Whittier, California, he fights out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, introducing Aaron Pico. In charge, the referee, Andrew Glenn.
In 11 pro fights, Aaron Pico in the red gloves has never been to the judges' scorecards. Justin Gonzalez at 12-0 has never been defeated. He's in the blue gloves, the bell in round 1, and immediately Gonzalez over the top and nailing Pico with a right hand, and Pico's chin has been checked in the past.
Well, it has, but that attack that you saw with that nice
timing and explosive takedown attempt by Pico.
This is the difference. Everyone thinks because they've been wrestling almost their entire life, like Justin, they think, I don't have a problem with his wrestling. Aaron Pico's wrestling is different. It's dynamic. He is so good and heavy in the top position. You talked about taking Gonzalez down, and if he gets him down, if the guy gets up, he's doing something special.
He has 2 submission wins, including in his left foot via anaconda choke, looking for the choke only in round number 1. He started wrestling at the age of 4. A savant not only in wrestling, but in boxing, which he started at 9. You can understand why there was so much hype behind Aaron Pico, and he's starting to finally realize his full potential. Justin Gonzalez isn't going to make it easy for him.
There's your second takedown. Beautiful maneuver by Aaron Pico. Ran through him.
Left side, inside control.
Justin Gonzalez on his back again now. Got up the first time. Let's see what kind of pressure and attack Aaron Pico can bring. He's trying to slice his knee inside. But the wrist control of Gonzalez right now is giving him a little bit of trouble.
Gonzalez has 1 submission win over a naked choke in his second pro fight, now fighting off his back. Aaron Pico gets his leg taken out from under him, and Gonzalez back up to his feet, but Pico about to uncoil, strike like a cobra, looking for the takedown again, a knee delivered by Gonzalez, who was off balance.
Pico was able to deliver a right hand when Gonzalez was on the ground. That left a little bit of lasting impression on Gonzalez. Pico allowed him to get up. Oh, beautiful front kick by Aaron Pico there. And that was a beautiful left kick high.
And used that kick to try to go for the single leg and Gonzalez turning the tables now has Pico against the fence momentarily. Now Pico turning around and they go to the center of the cage. And on the exit, the sweeping right hand by Gonzalez, but it's Pico. Left hook to the body.
Pico has landed numerous shots here, but his chin is open. He needs to be careful.
And Gonzalez did land the right hand midway point of what has been an action-packed opening round. Jab, low kick by Gonzalez. Pico just missing with the right uppercut and landed that short left to the body.
What we're seeing right now is Justin Gonzalez. The pressure of Aaron Pico is starting to have an effect. You've seen his mouth is open. This has been a very fast, high-paced fight right now with a lot of techniques being thrown and a lot of energy being burned.
And speaking of high pace, Pico's cardio next level.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Aaron Pico. And everyone will talk about, he just simply does not get tired.
But then again, he's never been forced to go the distance in any of his fights. Gonzalez backed up forward, the hook looking for the takedown. And Aaron Pico, very calm and cool, blocks that kick by Gonzalez.
I talked about Gonzalez being a junkyard dog. That hook to the body hurt him badly.
And another left hook by Pico. front of Pico and getting lit up. Spinning back kick misses for Pico.
Here comes the takedown again.
And right into side control. Goes Aaron Pico. 2 of 3 in the 3 of 4 in the takedown department for Pico in Gonzalez half guard.
Justin Gonzalez getting into a half guard. That was a good job by Justin in trapping the leg. But Aaron Pico in this position, you saw as he was fighting Aiden Lee, really went after a lot of submissions. Let's see what he does with Justin Gonzalez.
Pico has only been to the 3rd round once. Longest fight, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. The opening 5 minutes have been pretty good for the 25-year-old looking for his 5th consecutive win.
Pico bringing heavy heat on that ground and pound. That was a big shot again. Nice job by Gonzalez working his way to his knees so he can get up. Pico going for an anaconda there for a moment. Let go of it.
Big, deep breaths. Here's the water. Drink it when you want. Good breath. Hey, let's get the air back. Oh, wow, you're in great shape. Okay, listen, Aaron. Now, don't get cocky in there, right? Move your head, move your feet. Put it together. You're doing fine. No spinning kicks, none of that stuff. You stay smart, stay fine.
They call him Yoda for a reason, Greg Jackson, always full of wisdom.
Look at the right hand. Look at the left to the body. Just a little bit off target. But he does land one later on that was clean. That one right there. You can see the reaction. You see him bite down on that up kick. Toes just caught the side of the face a little bit, but the takedowns multiple times. Every time he really decided he wanted to put Justin Gonzalez on the canvas, he made it happen.
We saw everything in those replays. Everything you need to be a mixed martial artist at the highest level, and Aaron Pico continuing his maturation process. Losing his professional debut, his heavily hyped professional debut at Madison Square Garden, no less, and having already tasted defeat 3 times, and yet continues to put it all together and has never looked better since being at Jackson Wink MMA, looking for the takedown, single leg looking from the pipe and drives Gonzalez to the ground.
Nice job of calling that takedown as far as running the pipe. This is what makes Aaron Pico so dangerous. At any time, he can put you in a position on the mat. His wrestling is that good. Let's see what he can do from this position. You see that Justin is starting. Arms are in good place now. He's in a position to start on this one foot. You don't want to do that from the position he was at. Aaron Pico bringing that leg up. Let's see if he tries to trap the arm, go to a crucifix position from here.
Gonzalez started wrestling at 8, wrestled for the University of Northern Colorado and CSU Pueblo. Now backing his hips and Pico and north-south now front headlock on Gonzalez.
He can put a lot of pressure, but he should jerk him down and come around.
Zach on cue, BJ, and 1 hook in for Aaron Pico.
That's a nice snap down by Aaron, even though it's not in the standing position. You get that momentum going forward and come around it.
Gonzalez controlling Pico's left wrist.
He's gonna spin and try to tip.
A minute and a half gone in the middle frame.
You're gonna get a scramble. Right here. You won't get trained. Now release that. Keep heavy pressure. Right head tight.
Pico putting heavy pressure on Gonzalez. Gonzalez holding on to that left wrist to scramble. Materialize.
There's a scramble position, but right now Justin's holding on to something. There's nothing there for him other than he's keeping Pico in place, and Pico's not doing damage to him.
Pico, good movement by Justin to open it up where he can.
Right elbow tight to your knee. Right elbow tight to your knee.
Gonzalez back up to a vertical base. Less than 3 minutes now remaining in the second round.
Pico needs to be very careful where his head's at as far as the elbow.
Yeah, watch that back elbow.
Get you to the fence. Yes.
And there it goes.
Get you to the fence.
Pico in position, unloads a left hand to Gonzalez's face. Gonzalez finally lets go of the wrist. Trying to lock down Pico. Pico with the high guard, finishes the jab. Good counter by Gonzalez to the body.
Justin Gonzalez is not winning this fight right now, but he's hanging in the fight. And he's looking for that moment where he can start to take it over.
The new featherweight king is A.J. McKee, who won the $1 million Grand Prix and usurped Patricio Pitbull. There's a left hook to the body, but the takedown secured by Pico.
Pico, if you get rid of that leg, could have gone to a Von Fleur. Obviously, for the half guard, you're not going to use it near as much. Pico's in a good position with his arm where they're at. Going to go to shoulder pressure here, moves himself to the side control. He passes through the guard very well.
Very well. Immediately into side control, and Aaron Pico continues to implement real short, heavy, compact elbow across the face of Gonzalez.
Gonzalez has done a very good job of wrist control throughout the fight, but he's unable to get that control now. What he's trying to do is bring the posture of Aaron down so he can't land these, but he's unable to at this point.
Final 45 seconds of the second round. Gonzalez giving up his back. Pico puts in one hook.
There's only one hook right there. At the time, he'd like to get that down. He's got the second hook in.
And Pico does have a rear naked choke victory over Solo Hadley at Bellator 242 in July of last year, looking to hand Justin Gonzalez his first loss in 13.5. Beautiful into full mount right. Unfortunately, only 5 seconds left if you're a member of the Pico posse, but a great round for Aaron Pico.
Down. All right. So listen, Aaron, he's going to come out this round desperate, right? He's going to really try to push you away. Okay, so you got to move your head, move your feet, keep your eyes open. Fake before you go in, same thing.
Hey, sevens are opening up. Stay sharp on the tongue and turn. Keep working off our chin. Keep working that give and go, too. Let's draw the counter, move out of them, and tag him with the tongue and turn.
Once you get him down, relentless again, okay? Deep breaths.
One more.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. We'll go now.
There is Bellator featherweight champion A.J. McKee in the house. What an ascent it has been for this second generation fighter.
You are looking at the future of fighting.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And sitting there on the outside.
Which one? And of course, Pico and A.J. McKee used to train together. And Pico lining up Gonzalez.
Left hand found the mark on the chin. Justin Gonzalez came out with that low calf kick, and I would have really liked to have seen him start that technique earlier in the fight if he was able to. It's easy for me to say, but that technique could have a lot of effect on someone like Aaron Pico as far as the takedowns.
Nice elbow by Pico.
That was a huge left elbow. Big power. Justin Gonzalez he's got some whiskers on that chin, man.
Left hook to the body, left kick to the body by Aaron Pico. Straight jab lands for Pico, and he avoids that lunging right by Gonzalez. Just misses with the right uppercut. Misses with that head kick. It's an offensive onslaught by Pico, John. Not giving Gonzalez a chance to breathe, a chance to get off.
You just said the right word, Mowry. Not giving him a chance to breathe, because look at Justin Gonzalez is in great shape. He's taking a lot of big shots. And he's someone that does not have a gas tank limiter in any fashion. This kid can just go and go and go. You listen to it, his coach said it's time to pass again. Look where the knee comes. You start to slice that foot out. The leg's going to come out through that guard. Nice job. Let's see if he gets to mount. No, it comes to side control.
And it's officially the longest amount of time that Aaron Pico has had inside the Bellator MMA cage in one fight. And again, it's about the evolution, it's about growth, it's about maturation, gaining experience, and he faces a tough out of the undefeated Justin Gonzalez. Again, you're looking at the number 6 ranked Pico, the number 8 ranked Gonzalez.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy that's, coming into this fight, Justin Gonzalez, a ton of confidence, never been beaten. He believes in himself, and he's not just going to give this up. This is the kind of fight that you need to have for both guys. For Aaron Pico, you need it against a guy that will never quit, never give up. And if it goes to a judge's decision, that's going to happen. If you're Justin Gonzalez, you got to have these fights against these supreme athletes that you've learned how to slow things down, what techniques you can use to take away what they do.
Don't go cross grip, get your wrist control.
Aaron Pico displaying his growth both technically, physically, mentally. The fight IQ continues to grow by leaps and bounds. The patience, the composure. Again, just a 25-year-old in his 12th professional fight.
Yeah, well, you go back to the first round and the spinning.
Well, you made Greg Jackson put a stop to that.
Well, okay, and there's the fight IQ. I'm going to try this, and it's like, that's not a smart movement at this time. You want to try that in the third round when your opponent's retired from the Navy. But that's what Aaron Pico is. Look at
Aaron Pico and Justin Gonzalez, he has to scramble, and he's forced to give up his back, and Pico wrenching him back down to the ground, back on top position.
Yeah, right now Aaron Pico is absolutely mauling Justin Gonzalez. Anything he wants to do, basically. Justin Gonzalez is good. He is defending well. He's being smart. It's just that Aaron Pico is on a different level right now.
Final 60 seconds of what has been a comprehensive effort by Aaron Pico. Justin Gonzalez came in undefeated with plenty of confidence, and we talked about it, finding it difficult to breathe, finding it difficult to relieve the pressure of the cardio machine, Aaron Pico. And you can go from relentless to reckless. We're not seeing that from Pico. Desperation shot by Gonzalez in the final 30 seconds. Gonzalez has to let it all out. He has to take risks, John. And he's doing just that. It's a left hook to the body from Pico. Pico again going the flashy route. Final 10 seconds. And they continue to swing. Nice trick takedown by Pico. Great effort by Aaron Pico.
Both gentlemen. One fight.
Terrific effort by Justin Gonzalez, who was 12-0. Coming in, let's listen in. Two hungry warriors in the featherweight division, and you're looking at the middle of the division. This is the kind of talent on display as Aaron Pico, the proud new papa.
Take a look at some of the techniques. Body shot, look, that is a clean, hard body shot by Aaron Pico. Here comes the kick straight up the middle. Just a little bit to the side. Combination of shots, left hand, right hand, back to the left trying to get to the body. Searching with the left to land the right. Just beautiful work by Aaron Pico throughout. Watch this elbow. That is hard. That is a stunning blow again.
Man, can Gonzalez take a shot?
Justin Gonzalez is an animal. This guy took so many shots and just walked through them all. Just kept coming to get more landing, trying to land.
It was land,
left hook of his own. But that leads to the takedown. And how many takedowns did Aaron Pico have in this fight?
7 of 9 according to our stats.
That's pretty impressive.
Putting the mixed martial arts, showcasing all of his superlative skills and going to the judges' scorecards for the first time in his career.
Dominant fight. Only you.
Let's get the official decision from Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go now to your 3 judges at Kingside. Judges Eric Colon, Todd Anderson, both scored exactly the same, 30-27, while Judge Troy Winkapaw scores it 30-26. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Aaron Pico.
And the Pico Express continues rolling 5 straight wins for the 25-year-old, improving to 9-3 here in Bellator MMA. And Justin Gonzalez tastes defeat for the first time, falling to 1-1 in his Bellator tenure, but tough competitor now, 12-1. Let's go to BJM.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Aaron Pico. Aaron, that was a tough, just back and forth brawl. You were doing the most damage. It was definitely your fight, but he kept fighting through things. You landed a body shot, a left hook to his body that you could see hurt him. About 5 seconds later, he was trying to take your head off again.
No, I knew going into the fight that he was going to be a strong guy. He's a former wrestler, and one thing about us wrestlers is that we don't quit. I knew that was the case. All my coaches knew that he was going to be tough, and he was just holding on to me really strong. And if anybody's grappled, if people are holding on to you, it's kind of hard to get strikes out. But you know what? Thank God I walk out here relatively healthy. Him healthy as well. I'm just happy I got my full paycheck, and I went 3 rounds. It's my first time ever going to a decision. I needed the experience, and like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy I got the W. I take home my full paycheck.
That is the first time that you went to a judge's decision. At the end of the fight, did you have any trepidation? Were you worried in any fashion as far as they might go the other way?
No, I knew I was a dominant performance, but I got to get better. I think I'm just so hard on myself. I knew I got the decision, but I want to finish, guys. I want a hard ground and pound, but I'm happy I got the performance. I got the win, and let's go back to the drawing board, because once I step out of this cage, I know it's going to be a whole different ball game. I got to get prepared for the next opponent. So let's get to work.
Well, I want to tell you that was a fantastic performance. Congratulations on a big win. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Aaron Pico.
Superlative effort by Aaron Pico, improving to 9-3. He told us he wants to rematch everyone that's beaten him. Zach Freeman, Henry Corrales, and Adam Boric. If you look at the featherweight rankings, Pico at number 6. Adam Boric is at number 3. Let's go back to Amanda and Josh at the fight desk.
Josh, I loved this fight from Aaron Pico because it showcased everything he said he's been working on, which is patience, trust the process of the fight, and you're going to come out with a victory. What did you see from him?
Exactly what you just saw. Exactly what you just talked about, and that's exactly what he needed. He also needed to go the distance. We had this conversation with John in the cage. This was a learning process. Him never going the distance is something you need to get out of the way before you can start moving on to those top 5 and those top 3 and then getting into that title talk. And that's what happened tonight. Justin Gonzalez is a stud. 12-0. It was a beautiful performance by Aaron Pico, but Justin Gonzalez was in that fight all the way to the end, even though the scores didn't reflect that. It was a wonderful fight.
We have so much more coming up tonight. We got a heavyweight battle on our hands. Tyrell Fortune going up against Linton Vassell. Let's start with Tyrell Fortune here, who said, look, I've learned my lesson. I thought I was a striker. I can strike. I'm better at wrestling, and that's what he's got to stick to.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to say this all night long because we've been saying it to Tyrell Fortune for the last 3 or 4 fights. I said, hey, just start wrestling. If you use your wrestling, because not a lot of heavyweights have top-level wrestling. His pedigree in wrestling is what will get him to the title shot, I believe, as long as he continues to utilize it to also use his striking off of those wrestling. You saw with Matt Mitrione, he set up the striking, he threw the shots, and they went right into the takedown, got to the top position. Matt Mitrione was never in a position to defend any of these strikes. He just went off to his back, tried to turn it to go belly. Once Tyrell Fortune gets behind him and gets heavy hips on him, was landing some nasty strikes, and the fight was over. That's the type of fight he needs to fight for every heavyweight he fights, because on their back, they're like turtles. A lot of them are. They can't wrestle with him.
All right, let's talk about Linton Vassell here. By the way, for you at home, he is now Big Swarm Vassell because he has moved up to heavyweight. He's been there for a minute, but he decided to change the name now. So Big Swarm Vassell, he loves fighting at this weight. What are the keys for him tonight?
Some big changes going on around here.
Big energy, if you will.
Big energy. Look, he needs to stay long. And when I talk about the technique of what he needs to do, he needs to make sure that he's all the way in or all the way out. If he's all the way in, he needs to make sure that he's getting that takedown or trying for that takedown as soon as possible, or pressing Tyrell to the fence and making a dirty boxing type fight. What he is physically strong. I have no idea how he ever made light heavyweight. And when you watch some of his light heavyweight fights, he struggled in the second and third round. That conditioning is no longer a factor now that he doesn't have to cut those extra pounds. Him on top is nasty, and Tyrell Fortune said the same thing when Linton Vassell brought him in to fight Ryan Bader. He brought Tyrell Fortune in, he said, look, he is physically strong. Him on top, I don't want to be there. I want to make sure that I'm the one on top of Linton Vassell. Linton Vassell, all he has to do is just fight a long distance range fight on the feet. If he is inside, press Tyrell Fortune to the fence and dirty box him and potentially try to get the takedown so he can be on top. If he does that, he'll have a successful tonight.
Well, we know Linton Vassell feels good at heavyweight, but we talked to Tyrell Fortune, who also says, look, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. Well, now it's time to see how it all plays out. Moro, we're going to send it back down to you.
All right, thank you very much. And here in the FLA, the heavyweights are about to throw down the number 5 ranked Tyrell Fortune, squaring off with the number 6 ranked Linton Vassell.
Take a look at that. 253.8 is actually the heaviest that Tyrell Fortune has ever been at the heavyweight division. And Linton Vassell at 239 is actually at his lightest. We'll see if that makes a difference.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
Introducing first, the blue corner. At 6'4", weighing in 239.2 pounds, the former light heavyweight title challenger brings 21 professional victories, 8 defeats, from Milton Keynes, England, Big Swarm, Linton Vassell. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner, at 6'2", weighing in 253.8 pounds. As a professional, he's nearly perfect at 11-1 by way of Portland, Oregon. He fights out of Tempe, Arizona, Tyrell Fortune.
Hands high, circle right.
Referee in charge, Mike Beltran.
Tyrell Fortune's 8th stoppage victories, the most in Bellator heavyweight history. He's in the red gloves. Linton Vassell seeking his 10th win in the Bellator MMA cage. The blue gloves, the big boys about to battle. Bell round 1. Fortune training out of Arizona Combat Sports with Trevor Lally, Vassell, Sanford MMA, under noted striking coach Henry Hughes. And like you mentioned, John, they have trained together in the past, but this is about business.
All trained together. Sanford MMA has an incredible wrestling coach in Greg Jones, but he's not the size of a guy that can just work. They need to bring in a big body, they bring in Tyrell, that makes sense. Nice left hook by Tyrell. Really like that Linton is keeping the center of the cage. He's the one that's pressing the back of Tyrell Fortune up against that fence. Very smart, because if he can get his back there.
Fortune missing with the left hook, but scored with the right hand. And there Vassell closing the gap and looking to try to take down Tyrell Fortune.
There was a definite clash of heads right there when they came together.
Knee up the middle by Vassell. They're jockeying for position. A lot of energy. This is the gritty battle, embracing the grindness. The wizard employed by Fortune, helping him stay on his feet.
Good call there, Mo. Absolutely, that wizard was important, but look at what happens. And this is what you try to tell people. It doesn't matter. In the end, if someone knows how to wrestle and they didn't have that pedigree, Linton Vassell can get someone like Tyrell Fortune down in an MMA contest. And I'm telling you, the top position, Linton Vassell is a savage. Super strong, great base, and he does great work. Tyrell needs to be very careful of where that arm's at because Linton is outstanding at getting an arm triangle.
Steve Mowry, one of Vassell's main training partners, he was impressive on the prelim portion of Bellator 271, but Vassell with 8 knockouts, 8 submissions, and now on top of Tyrell Fortune from the back, and ground and pound from the back. Fortune trying to wing block. Some of those shots getting through.
Great job. And now Vassell to lace that arm. Look how he's using his right arm to control the right arm of Tyrell Fortune.
5 of Vassell's 8 submission wins have come via rear naked choke.
Again, he's pulling that arm out of position to keep Tyrell from having the ability to use that arm as a base to get himself back up. If he can pull that back again, it's only going to work to benefit him and staying where he's at.
There we go.
See how he's taking both arms, pulling that arm back. That way he can keep pressure down on Tyrell Fortune, making it to where now getting to a mount position.
Vassell riding Fortune here, a minute 45 left in the first, and Vassell trying to move himself to where he can get those hooks in, flattening out Fortune.
He's almost got that hook in. Now he's got a cross body. If he can just lace his leg through there, he can get a nice squeeze.
Always about position before submission, but you're right, putting the squeeze and delivering the ground and pound from the back. Linton Vassell looking for his 3rd consecutive victory.
Those are big, heavy shots. Now, I'm not saying Tyrell's hurt, but those are hurting as far as every time his head's being rattled, he's just slowing down his movements. This is what he needed to do.
Fortune lost 1 fight to Timothy Johnson, knocked out in the first round, and now he's in trouble. Now he's in danger of becoming submitted for the first time, but defending.
Now he's in a much better position than he was with Linton Vassell on top of him.
Vassell trying to slide that left arm underneath, controlling the right wrist of Fortune.
Right now you see he's got that hand control. That's what's going to allow him to get his arm up there, trying to lock that choke in.
Final 30 seconds of the first round.
Tyrell control, knowing that if he's got that one arm, he's not going to be able to get choked.
Put it in your armpit.
Really working hard, trying to cross hands. Nice cross face across the face and jaw area. He's trying to make Tyrell Fortune move and make the mistake that allows him to lock it up, but it's not going to happen.
Strong start by the number 6 ranked Linton Vassell, taking on the 5th ranked Tyrell Fortune.
I don't want you on the fence anymore. I don't want that. I know. Deep breath.
And make sure we take our feet with us and we get our hips tight. Understand? Okay?
Can't stand in front of him, right? Can't find that.
During the early part of the fight, that's the left hand that missed, but the right hand cleanly lands along the jawline of Linton Vassell, but it was Vassell working for the takedown, getting his arms around the body of Tyrell Fortune, then forcing it by getting the hook here. You see Tyrell trying to stop it, he lifts the leg, ends up in the top position, and from that point, was able to land a lot of good work, good jobs, nothing that really hurt Fortune badly. Eventually, Fortune was able to get himself, at least with his face up, a much better
All right,
position.
gentlemen, second round.
We'll see what happens in the second round.
Ready to fight? Count, let's go.
The bell and round 2.
He's tired, Tyrell. Your move.
Fortune moves forward, launching the lead overhand right.
What you want to see from Tyrell Fortune in this round compared to the last one, he needs to put Linton on his back foot. He cannot let Linton start marching it towards his back and putting his back on the kick.
Fortune putting pressure on Vassell, attacking him with knees and a flurry of strikes, ties, bombing a knee right to the face. So Fortune exploding here in round 2 and securing his first takedown into side control.
Now we'll see what Tyrell Fortune can do from this position. He needs to set his hips back.
An explosive start to the second round by Fortune.
I think Fortune got a little pissed off, but look at what happened.
A reversal of Fortune.
Vassell coming out on top.
And Vassell again ending up in top position here on Fortune. Fortune getting back to his feet.
Nice job by Tyrell Fortune to get back to his feet. Great effort by Linton Vassell to reverse that position.
And that shot was to the peninsula south of the equator, and Fortune falls in a heap.
Come on, man. You need to get up on your feet and let's work it out, okay?
Here's a replay of it. Vassell brings it up. Yeah. It hit just a little bit center and south.
Fortune will have up to 5 minutes.
You got time to work it out, okay?
To recover. Mike Beltran, the referee, and letting him know he has time to work it out.
Right over here, Terrell. Stay over here in your corner over here. Terrell, walk it off back and forth here. You got time. You can work it out.
And in these type of situations, if you're Tyrell Fortune, just take the time. Don't worry. Don't rush yourself back into something. Make sure that you feel that you are ready to compete.
You ready to go? You sure you okay? Okay, John, bring it in. Let's go. Hey, pick it up, okay? Let's keep it clean, guys.
He is ready to continue. They touch gloves, and 3 minutes, 47 seconds left in the middle frame. Tyrell Fortune in the red gloves, Linton Vassell in the blue. Important matchup here between two fighters ranked in the middle of the heavyweight top 10.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a whole lot of things that happened at the beginning of this round. Tyrell Fortune landed some clean shots with his hands, was going after him, nice knees up into the head. But Linton Vassell, when Tyrell was able to take him down and interrupt him to reverse it, that put a doubt in Tyrell Fortune's mind.
Vassell from the southwest stand blocked that right hand kick. Low inside kick delivered by Fortune as Vassell attacking the body again. And Fortune just unloading with that lead right.
Tyrell would be much better suited if he was going to throw his hands and then land those kicks off of the hands. Because if the hands of Linton Vassell have to come up to block what Tyrell is throwing, then the body's going to be open to the kick.
Lead left hook by Fortune, midway point of the fight. Round number 2. Fortune feinting, calf kick executed by Vassell. Goes upstairs with the left kick, blocked by Fortune. Jab by Vassell, doesn't follow up with the right.
Just roll loose. Get it tight, roll loose. Let's go.
Both men put out a lot of energy in the early part of this round. Now they got a break for at least one of them. They did put Vassell.
There's a 1-2 left for Fortune. 2 minutes left in the second.
Well versed to start throwing those straight shots instead of all those movement things. Start throwing straighter shots.
That right hand misses. That right hand connected. Vassell with the scoop takedown by Vassell. And Fortune now unloading the left hands on Vassell.
There's a lot of shots on Lynn right now. Lynn's okay, but he needs to work his way.
Oh, he's been cut
out of this position.
Vassell's cut.
And he's put his hand on the ground. His knees already there. He gets himself back to his feet.
Vassell trying to take Fortune down. Fortune is putting its pressure on Vassell. Under a minute left in the game. Stab goes to the ball. And Vassell again turning the tables on Fortune. And now some hammer fists by Vassell from the back.
There's a big elbow for Lynn landed.
And now some left hands landing.
We talked about the top pressure.
Vassell looking for that choke. Under 30 seconds left in the second. Fortune in a perilous position.
Lynn Vassell is coming back. Tyrell Fortune was winning this round. I think Lynn Vassell is now taking this round over.
High drama at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino as we go to round 3.
Legal blow.
Can't stand in front of him. Hey, you can't stand in front of him. You got to walk a little bit to the right to get his feet to turn. Because when he plants his feet, he's dangerous, Linton. All right? If you want to touch his hand, that seems to work good for you to find his range. Touch his hand, and when he swings, then you can counter with the jab, all right?
Big shots by Tyrell Fortune. This was at the beginning. This is when he started throwing those knees. A lot of flurry.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as the heavyweights go now to the third and final round.
Then we had the low blow and the break. But in the end of this round, Lynn Vassell was able to get to the top position here, land elbows, land strikes. He received the cut, but he did the best work in the round.
Bell, round 3. How do you have it heading into the final round?
I've got to go ahead in this fight. I think that Tyrell Fortune needs to finish it if he wants to get away. Both guys are tired right now. You can see just movements.
Pump on the jab by Vassell. Fortune coming forward.
Fortune still has fast hands.
And there's a fast knee up the middle there. Bothered Vassell now the top one. A series of knees by Fortune connected.
Exactly how the second round started for Fortune. Bringing it back in the third round.
Get out of there!
You can hear Tyrell Fortune's corner is yelling for him to disengage. They don't want him in this grappling situation with Linton.
And Fortune continues to deliver knees to the body and to the head, creating enough space to deliver those strikes.
Disengage!
Trevor Lally is losing his mind.
First it was Fortune, and now it's Vassell.
Right there.
And you can hear that cut all the way across. The replay of that. Yeah, that landed center and south. That was not.
I'm just telling you, you got a second here. You got time, okay?
But that's exactly what happened to Tyrell Fortune in the second round.
You got time.
And the one thing Linton Vassell is in control this time. And look, he took a lot of damage in the beginning of this round. He needs to take his time, get himself back. even if it's not so much the groin shot, it's your time, you're in control of it. You decide when you're ready to come back. Don't rush it.
Start working our way up. Let's go, Liston. Start working it out. Okay? You got time. Stay over here. Start working it out.
A lot of people will wonder what's going to happen here more if Linton can't go on, because he's hurting. You can see he's hurting. And this would not be a no contest. What they would do is they would have the judges score the portion of the third round that they saw, and they would go to the judges' scorecards for what we call a technical decision. There would be a winner and there would be a loser in this fight.
Vassell back on his feet, trying to walk it off. Again, has a total of 5 minutes.
Talk to me. How we doing? You okay? You got time. Let's go. Keep working it out. Work it out. Work it out. You got time. Are you okay? You want to continue? Ready to go? Yes? You want to continue? Okay, guys. Both of you guys, come in here.
Vassell,
Hey,
let it be known.
listen here. Bring it in. Both of you.
Be known that he wants to continue.
We're going to keep this clean. You understand? Both of you. Knock this off. Keep it clean. You understand? Ready? I understand. Let's go, Devin. Fight. Let's go.
Action resumes. Fortune swimming in with some strikes, clashing with Vassell, and going to those knees and opening up on Vassell, who's alive against the fence. Right hand for Fortune. Another right that Vassell avoided with head movement. That kick was blocked by Vassell. Oh, and the right hand delivered with bad intentions by Fortune.
Absolutely, those hands right now, based in front of the wrist and everything. He needs to be careful to watch the back of the head, but his hands are fast right now. For sure. Tyrell should be in this position. He's got his hands clasped. He can get the takedown. He's got to be careful.
12-6. Takedown by Fortune, exploding as we near the midway point of the final round. Fortune looking to maximize this position with 2.5 minutes left.
And we've seen Minnesota reverse the position.
And he's looking to do it again.
Tyrell Fortune just looked at his corner and said, I can't see. I don't know what happened.
There was something when he ended up looking like he was going for the takedown. It seemed to be that he was bothered by something. And here now, again, Vassell reversing Fortune. And in the first round with 2 minutes left.
I do not know what occurred that took the vision away from Tyrell Fortune, but he looked at his corner, or at least put his face towards that as he was talking. He said, I cannot see.
Vassell looking for his 6th rear naked choke submission. Still plenty of time left in the fight. Fortune has never been submitted.
If Vassell can break it down, get those hips pressed in, and get his legs up in the air, he's going to have a big opportunity in stopping this fight.
Linton Vassell does it now, has his hooks in. Vassell looking for the on-scene. Fortune trying to block it, do whatever he can.
Nice job of rolling through by Tyrell Fortune.
Wow, back and forth on the ground. Vassell again back on the back. Vassell puts in one hook, wants to flatten out Fortune. Coming up on the final half minute of the fight.
Right now, this is more of a turret position in wrestling. You see the legs entwined. He's got heavy hips on Tyrell. That's keeping Tyrell from being able to get himself up. That's actually smart movement by Vassell.
Hard fought. Gutsy battle at heavyweight. How do you have it on your unofficial scorecard after 15 minutes of grit?
I thought that Tyrell Fortune had to finish Lynn Vassell. He wasn't able to do that, and I think that Lynn Vassell is going to be the winner of the fight.
What's your take on what you just witnessed?
You know, both guys, I thought, fought their butts off. They were just out there giving it everything they had. But it was the grappling of Lynn Vassell, not the wrestler that was a World Game winner, not the wrestler that was an NC2A champion. It was the grappling of Lynn Vassell that ended up actually winning this fight.
And he said that he felt there was his submission skills that would give him the advantage on the ground, but it wasn't so much even the submission skills, it was the transitions and the scrambling and maybe the size giving him that extra little pep in the step on the ground.
He's the lighter fighter. But we talked about, would that, him coming in lighter, would that help him with his cardio? Would it be a difference maker? The fact that Tyrell was actually bigger. Here comes Linton in the takedown. You saw this was early in the fight, first round. Lifts the leg, takes that position away from him, ends up in the top position. He did great work during the first round. And then he just continued to do it every round. The second round, he started off. Tyrell Fortune did a great job of blitzing him on the feet, but it was Lynn Vassell getting the back and being able to do damage from the top position. Lynn Vassell's ground and pound, Lynn Vassell's grappling, in my opinion, was the difference maker in this fight, and I believe he should win the fight.
Big Swarm looking for one of his biggest victories, hoping to leapfrog Tyrell Fortune. Let's get the official decision. Here's Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we go to your three judges. Your first, Troy Winkelbaum, scores the fight 29-28. He sees it for Fortune. Your second judge, Eric Colon, 29-28. He sees the fight for Vassell. Your third and final judge at cage side, Chris Lee, scores the fight 29-28. He sees it for the winner by split decision. Big Swarm, Linton Vassell.
The Big Swarm with the big win, Linton Vassell via split decision, John.
You know what? As long as they got the right guy winning, I'm okay.
And Vassell was the right guy tonight. He's now won 3 straight and 4. Tyrell Fortune tasting defeat for just the second time.
Well, it is time to get ready for the main event. Current featherweight champ Cris Cyborg. Can anyone take that title away from her? Well, Arlene Blanco, you see her there on the list. Well, she tried. That didn't work. So tonight it is Sinead Kavanagh's turn. But another name we see on that list at number 6, Janae Harding, someone who is very familiar with this division. She is here with us at the Fight Desk. Janae, we're going to talk about Sinead Kavanagh here in a second because you fought her, you beat her. But first, just overall your thoughts going into this fight tonight.
I'm super excited for this main event. We've got 2 hard, heavy hitters, massive right hands. Sinead being a 5-time national Irish boxing champion, she obviously understands what she needs to do to win, and she's up against one of the pound-for-pound best females in the world. So super excited.
I think that since you know so much about it, but other than, what is Cyborg and Sinead, what do they bring to the table though? When you look at them, you say like, I could probably pick them apart.
I think for me, obviously, I'm a little bit longer of a fighter for the both the girls. I mean, you can see that they're both a little bit shorter than I am. I mean, both of them hit hard. Both of them obviously come forward. I think I show a little bit more dynamic in my striking. I am able to scrap, I'm able to sit there and bang, but I also kind of want to show off some clean striking, some long distance, using my range and everything like that. So it's exciting tonight for them to be so sort of similar, but for me, I'm looking at what I can do and how I can kind of nullify both of those things.
We've talked so much about both of these fighters coming into this, so let's talk technique, because that is what they're going to need in the next 15 minutes or so here. Let's talk about Cris Cyborg here. What is her technique going into this, Josh?
Is to fight smart. She just needs to be composed. She needs to put her opponent on the back foot. And if she does that, I think that as long as she stays composed. But the one thing is, she was out there with AJ McKee, training down there in LA, and she was making sure that she was working on the wrestling. What does that say to you?
I think Body Shop is a great place for her. There's a lot of killers over there. That group of boys, they work hard, they train hard, they're well known for training hard, and obviously AJ is super successful in his career. So it'll be exciting to see how much that's changed Cyborg's game and maybe given her a few little aspects that she can show off against Sinead Kavanagh tonight.
When you see Cyborg here, it's all striking. It's a little bit of wrestling here against Blanco. But when you see that she gets a submission, you see where she's making these transitions, what do you think you're gonna see from her tonight?
I think Sinead Kavanagh and Blanco are kind of similar. They obviously fought in the past. They came to a decision. They had a bit of a scrap as well. It was a bit of a back and forth one. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how Sinead has taken the lessons of Arlene's mistakes and possibly using that in tonight's performance.
All right, let's talk about Sinead Kavanagh here, because we know that she is not afraid of Cris Cyborg. She has said that all of her past opponents, they fought her scared, and she does not plan to do that tonight, which is great. But what is her technique, Josh?
Her technique, like I've said all night long, is to try to put Cyborg on her back foot. She needs to create angles. She needs to make sure that she doesn't stand directly in front of Cyborg for those blitz shots and able to be pressed to the fence. But if you were to fight like someone like Cyborg, if you're in Sinead Kavanagh's position, how do you fight her?
I think I would utilize a lot of lateral movement. I would, like you're saying, not stand straight in front of her. I really don't want to get hit clean by that right hand, as you've seen by a lot of girls in Cyborg's past. They get hit clean with that right hand, and then they kind of get put on the back foot for the rest of the fight. It's sort of like a shocking thing. So you don't want to get bullied. You don't want to get bullied by Cyborg. You don't want your back to hit the fence. You kind of want to keep moving, keep picking her off as much as you can, and then choose your time that you're going to blast her and hopefully nullify that.
When you fought Sinead, what was the one thing that surprised you the most?
I think possibly the fact that she went for a takedown. There was, in the first round, she went for a takedown. When we were clinching, I was a little bit surprised that she did that. I think she does back her ground game. We just haven't seen a lot of it. You know, we saw a little bit of it against Olga Rubin, but it was still more of a ground and pound kind of vibe. You didn't really see a lot of jiu-jitsu as per se, so it'll be interesting to see if she uses that tonight or gets in that position.
I'm not letting you out of here without a prediction.
Okay.
You didn't think you were getting away with this that easy, right? Prediction.
Course. I'm going to go with Cyborg. I think Sinead definitely has the opportunity to win, but I think Cyborg is just a very dominant champion, and she'll get it done in 2 rounds.
Sinead, we appreciate you being here, all of your insight into that. We cannot wait to see you back in the cage very soon. Mauro, it is time. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. One of the most formidable forces to don the 4-ounce gloves, an all-time great in Cris Cyborg, defends the Bellator featherweight title for the 3rd time against Sinead K.O. Kavanagh.
The motivator of champion, the first thing you cannot think you're the champion. You have to think you're the challenge. If you think you're the champion, you stay a little comfortable. You have to be hungry all the time.
Bellator featherweight world champion, Cris Cyborg.
I'm feeling great for preparing this fight against Sinead. It's going to be the 3rd time defending my world title, and I'm excited to come back to the cage.
Cris Cyborg has won many belts in different organisations. You know, of course, I'm a fan, but I have to make her a fan of me now, like, you know, and that's my goal here. Like, I'm Sinead Kavanagh, and I'm going to take you out. My nickname is KO because I'm willing to take your head off. I'm explosive, I throw bombs. Whoever connects first is going down, I think, you know.
I'm very excited for this fight, but I really don't like to talk too much.
You know, I like to prove inside the cage. I know sometimes you motivate for people get excited to the fight, but when people see Cyborg gonna fight, everybody get excited. Fans like action, they like violence, and I bring that.
I see holes in Cris Cyborg's game, yeah. I see her flaws. I think that's why she didn't want to fight me, and she knows that I'm her worst nightmare. Shooters that fought Cris, they've been intimidated and scared. She doesn't scare me whatsoever. Like, she actually suits me. I'm bringing power and I'm bringing everything I can give to this fight.
Shanna says she's gonna shock the world. Everyone I fight say that. I believe she is a tough fighter, but I have a lot of tools for finish that fight. This camp make the difference. I'm start training with Antonio McKee.
You ready?
And the different we really work strike, work wrestling, work everything. I always like to improve every fight, getting better game in the fight.
In my eyes, what Cris needs to do in this fight to win is just make weight. I think the weight cut is the hardest part. As far as her skill set, I think she's the most dominant fighter in the world, and I don't think that there's anybody that can contest that. Looking on into the future of this fight, all I see is pain and the fight ending in the first round.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm gonna grab this, like, I'm in there to fight, I'm in there to the death. She has been living the high life for 20 years, like, you know, and I've fucking nothing. I'm coming for Cris, and I'm coming for that belt, and I'm coming for everything that she has, yeah.
I feel great. You know, I feel excited every fight. Now Bellator have the top 10 in my division. So I did 3 fights, so I have 7 fights left, and I'm very excited about it.
In Bellator history in her second title defense, and now faces the upset-minded Sinead Kavanagh here in our main event.
You can look at the main statistics here, close to the same heights, close to the same weight, and the reach only an inch difference. It is who is going to put this fight in the range that makes them the winner. We'll find out.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 5'7", weighing in 145 pounds even, with the capacity to become Bellator's first Irish world champion, she enters with the professional record of 7-4, hailing from Dublin, Ireland, the challenger, Sinead Kavanagh. And across the cage, the champion fights out of the red corner. At 5'8", weighing in 145 pounds, one of MMA's all-time greatest tonight, making her third title defense. She stands with 24 professional victories, just 2 defeats from Curitiba, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the defending Bellator featherweight world champion, Cris Cyborg. When the bell rings, the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Fighters gone over the rules in the back. There were no final questions from you, Blue. There were no final questions from you, Red. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. I'm not ready to fight.
Main event is upon us for the Bellator Featherweight Championship. Cris Cyborg, 13-1 in championship fights during her illustrious career. She's in the red gloves. Sinead Kavanagh with a chance to shock the world, coming off a 405-day layoff, the longest of her more than 6-year career. The bell, round number 1. Immediately, Cyborg stalking Kavanagh, rattling her with that right hand, and Kavanagh firing back, but Cyborg looking to score that early takedown, working with Antonio McKee, and Kavanagh predicted that Cyborg would go for an early takedown.
That's what she does. That's exactly what you saw Cris do. She blitzes in, forces her opponent to the cage. She'll land some good knees here, work on her, and then kind of break away. And then you're going to see her make that blitz again. She does. She likes doing that in the first round to break her opponent down.
Cyborg has recorded 10 wins via first round knockout. Knee to the midsection, another knee to separation, and the left and right. Cyborg opening up on Kavanagh. Kavanagh trying to fight it back. Kavanagh's coach, no relation to what John Kavanagh saying in MMA. It's all about becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations. It doesn't get much more uncomfortable than being in there with one of the greatest in Cris Cyborg.
That was right there what you see. Kavanagh moving, using lateral movement. Don't allow Cris to throw that blitz and get you against the cage.
Sinead Kavanagh for her 11th first round knockout. Kavanagh said she was going to shock the world. Cris Cyborg just shocked her system.
Anybody gets touched on the chin like that, you're gonna end up going down and going out. Let's take a look at what happened here, Morrow. It was explosive when she decided to go. She goes, she throws a shot, ends up with her back on the cage, and then bounces off of the cage, lands that right hand. Sinead's still throwing, but that right hand lands again, puts her down. You see her go out there. You saw her go limp. She was definitely out. The hammer fist put her in that position. Right hand, watch the right hand again, boom, right on the chin. Kavanagh goes down, she tries to sit up, she's out, and then gets woken up by the next shot. Watch again, it's two right hands. That right hand kind of puts her back, she's throwing, but that right hand puts her on the deck, and the hammer fist puts an end to it.
Cris Cyborg improving to 4-0 in the Bellator MMA cage with her third knockout. All 4 fights have ended inside the distance. She improves to 25-2 with 1 no contest, and she records her 20th win via form of knockout. Cris Cyborg remains Bellator featherweight champion. Let's make it official with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the end comes 1 minute 32 seconds into round number 1. The winner by knockout and still Bellator featherweight world champion, Cris Cyborg.
The belt will remain around the waist.
Nice.
One of the best to ever step foot into a mixed martial arts cage, and the champ is standing by with Big John McCarthy.
I'm here with the winner and still featherweight champion of the world, Cris Cyborg. Cris, that was explosive. You had 2 moments in there where you were blitzing her, going after her. You bounced off the cage, you landed a right hand, and then another right hand that put her down. Talk to me about that fight and the intensity of it.
You know, first I want to say good night for everyone coming here to watch the fights. Guys, I love you guys. I do this for you guys. Second, thank you, John McCarthy, to be here, and thank you for Scott for being here. You know, I trained really hard for this fight. I'm sorry, my team, I don't did anything we planned. So, you know, but you never know. We go train, you have a feeling about the fight, and but I didn't plan this, but man, I feel great, and I'm really happy to win.
You brought in a coach in Antonio McKee, and I know you brought him in for the wrestling aspect. Were you thinking of coming in here and taking her down and wrestling?
You know, I knew she's more strikes, so I have the opportunity to go take down and go do ground game. But, you know, I say, man, I want to feel how's it going to be the stand-up. And, man, the right hand getting faster with McKee. He knows that, and I'm very excited for knockout.
you have just been on a wrecking crew, running through all of the opponents they're putting in front of you. You took the title from Julia Budd in a fantastic performance. You got through Arlene Enko, Leslie Smith, and now Sinead. Who is it that you believe actually deserves to be in this cage with you next?
You know, I asked for Cat Zingano, the next, you know, but I leave the hand to Scott Coker. I don't choose any opponent. Anyone ready, here, close to me, can want to fight to me, man, I'm ready.
There happens to be another fighter out in the crowd who is a free agent in Kayla Harrison. She is a two-time gold medalist in judo. She is a two-time world champion in another organization. What do you think about possibly taking on her?
Kayla, thanks for coming to the fights. You know, I really appreciate you here. I'm here. If you want to fight me one day, it's going to be a great fight. But Ali have to talk to all the promotion for make this happen.
Well, sounds good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and give it up for the champion of the world, Cris Cyborg.
Congratulations.
On this Friday night, Cris Cyborg's right was mighty. What about the potential? Cris Cyborg, Kayla Harrison. She also mentioned Cat Zingano. Tonight, Cyborg gets it done in the first round for the 11th time in her illustrious career. Let's go back to the fight desk. Here once again is Amanda. Get up.
Moro, thanks so much, Josh. The very first thing I said to you when the show began was Cris Cyborg has the ability to break people. Granted, I stole that from you, but that's exactly what we saw tonight.
I'm glad I could spread the knowledge to you. That's
there you go. There you make me sound smart.
It wasn't even so much as she broke her. She really just got down in a slugfest, and that's what it came down to. Sinead that was really her only result, was to try and get Cyborg to throw back, stand in front of her so she could land, and it backfired. The speed of Cyborg was evident right off the bat, and the power was definitely evident. They both took shots in that exchange, if you watch. But it was Cyborg's right hook that landed the fight, the end of the fight that landed. It was impressive, and then she followed up with two big shots that were super unnecessary. So it was just one of those fights and those exchanges. Wrestling, AJ McKee, wrestling, what? What are you talking about? She came out, she tried the takedown, she realized out of the exchange, you know what? I can finish this on the feet, and she let it be known. I want to point this out to everyone. Big John brought it up. Kayla Harrison is another organization. She's a free agent. She's in the crowd tonight. That was a big stamp of saying, you know what? If you're going to come to Bellator, you should expect to be treated like this by me. I'm just letting people understand. Kayla Harrison is a very talented fighter, but she's dealing with an animal. This person, Cyborg, is at I wouldn't say another level, just at a different level in terms of their styles. That would be a great fight. But Cat Zingano cannot be forgotten about, because she's also someone that's right there pecking at the belt.
Well, we saw what Cris Cyborg can do tonight. We've seen it again and again, and sure enough, she is still the champ. It has been a great night here in South Florida, but that does it for us at the Fight Desk. Moro, take us home.
Great job, Amanda. Thank you very much. And yes, a night here where, well, Bellator MMA first began. Bellator won April 3rd, 2009, right here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And tonight, the four-fight main card began with Anchor Fist Arlene Blanco putting her fists on Pam Sorenson's face en route to a dominant, unanimous decision victory. The #1 contender in the featherweight division. And then Aaron Pico, forced to go the distance for the first time in his blossoming career. His 5th straight win, a dominant unanimous decision over the previously unbeaten Justin Gonzalez. Linton Vassell, he took the split decision over Tyrell Fortune in a battle of top 10 ranked heavyweights. And then in the main event, the only fighter to win championships in Bellator, UFC Strikeforce, and Invicta FC, Cris Cyborg defends the Bellator title for the 3rd time. Good night from Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.